at a loss for words right now. These NIP retakes, they're giving me a heart attack.
At the opening assist, let's one by goal to kill, get the double, one more kill, triple kill!
So here we go, Steeler lining them up. Oh, here we go!
Hellhound has it. Hellhound with the first. Hellhound with the second. Oh, Fady with a one and done. Oh, times two. Wait for it. Whoa, three, four. He picks up that.
And that's support Fady as well, picking up the quick. Wow!
What? Can he find the fourth? He's on for the ace and he gets it! What?
What was that?
Trying to hold on to the bomb side, they line up for him, he's going to get another zoo kills, a third kill! You gotta be kidding me, now it's down to one point and again he kills everybody!
1, 2, 3! Oh, Jesus, the last one!
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? They win the round because of it!
Takes down a quick.
That's what happens when you go around the corner. Oh, and another one! What is this?
Well, welcome back. Round 5. Important round it is. And I think tonight, well, I'm holding thumbs. It's going to be a good one like we had the last week. I mean, 2 15-all games. Mike, I mean, let's hope for the best again.
Yeah, let's hope for the best. And we've been treated to some of the best action in the last time we actually casted ECL. We got some really good action. You can't ask for closer games than 2 15-all draws, right?
No, definitely not. I mean, let's quickly actually talk about those games. Flipside versus Forge. A lot of guys got really hyped up seeing the Forge team actually produce a result against the Flipside team. They themselves obviously went through a roster change, but that's no excuse because, I mean, they're obviously top-level players, and we all know that. And though
Indeed.
it was great to see. And then, of course, Veneration versus the DG Kings. Yeah, it was the DG Kings, if I'm not mistaken. That game as well. I mean, Masters team taking on a lower tier team, etc., and then also just a draw. I mean, 2 draws. Who would have thought?
Well, clearly we didn't. We were saying before both games that they had the potential for being close, but that we thought that the Masters teams would take them in the end. And as it turned out, well, that wasn't the truth at all. I think Forge particularly showed some real ability to dig deep and pull out the big performances. I was really impressed by them.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, this evening we've actually got quite a number of games up. The first game that we're going to be covering is going to be Damage Control versus the Pulse Gaming Psycho Banners. That's going to be quite an interesting one. Obviously, number 1 and number 2 in the group, they're going to be battling it out. And then the second game, a very important one. White Rabbit Gaming up against XTC. XTC standing in a position that they potentially could not make it into the online finals. I mean, that is also that could be a little nerve-wracking for them, I guess. They obviously, suffered quite a bit of a defeat last week as well to the hands of ALG. I mean, Armor Legion Gaming beating them there 16-7 or 16-6. It was like amazing to, see that sort of a result.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that I'm enjoying the most at the moment is seeing these teams actually rock up, these lower tier teams rock up and actually produce a phenomenal result. I mean, you've got draws here, you've got wins here. Obviously going forward, into different competitions. I mean, I'm sure these lower tier teams are going to stick it out. They're going to, go through their psychological kind of like training to, keep positive up against the top tier teams. And that's going to make them progress forward. And speaking about psychological, this is something I actually had a chat with one of the guys recently, with one of the top teams on, was the psychological aspect when it comes to like two teams taking on each other. One of them in particular, one thing in particular that is really detrimental to a team is specifically negativity. I mean, one guy in that team can tilt, and it literally just brings the team down after a few rounds, which is a little bit of a problem. But if you've got a team, all five, even they make the mistake, even if they drop the ball somewhere, they still keep positive going forward. That is something that is hugely useful for a side, and they can build off something like that. Keep on complimenting each other, etc., etc. There's no room for kind of negativity in their whole kind of mindset game plan, and I think that's something that potentially a lot of teams should look at as well.
Absolutely. If you have one toxic guy in your team, it can bring everybody down. And I mean, a couple of teams, actually, one of the teams we're casting tonight, Pulse, I recall Psycho Pandas speaking to one of the players after we saw them in ESEA performing pretty well against, I think it was Flipside, one of the Masters teams. And I mean, they're looking good until just a point that it seemed like their performance just completely dropped off, and that was it. And they were actually saying to me, no, we went into tilt mode. We had some issues. And, that does happen. Maybe around just a couple of close rounds don't go your way, and suddenly your mindset turns to a bit of negativity, kind of pervades the rest of the team, and it brings the guys down. So it's definitely an issue. And I mean, if you look at the international scene, look at Navi. They're a team that are pretty famous for getting really, really angry with each other. And I mean, since they've gotten in Starix as the IGL instead of him being in the team, it seemed to be a little bit less terrible a problem for them. But I mean, even recently, in the major they crumbled, in E-League they crumbled, and you can see it's them literally tilting, getting upset, and it's just that negativity comes in the team, and then it's over.
Yeah, well, that's quite a funny thing, because I mean, obviously the past weekend that took place, the tournament in Cape Town, the EGE for the ESWC qualifiers, just briefly just chatting on that event there. If you noticed, if you looked at the Bravado side, I mean, that was literally the only game that I got to watch, was actually a little bit of the final. Those guys, even though they were losing rounds, they were literally, fist bumping each other, going, no, it's cool, we got this, it's cool, we got this, etc. There was no, you could see in the team, there was no negativity whatsoever. And that is something that, kind of shined out to me, and I was like, wow, these guys really actually have it going here. They've got a really good synergy between the guys, and they're keeping positive, even though they lose a couple of rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that second map particularly, I think it was Cash. Carbon came back on them. I think the score was 11-4 at one point, and
Yeah.
Carbon managed to tie it up. And that could throw a lot of teams into disarray. But nope, not Bravado. They they brought it back, and you could see also. I mean, it's a thing that you see in Champions teams. Look at Fnatic when they were so dominant, and even recently they still act this way, although maybe they're not really entitled to anymore. But you're absolutely under the cosh, taking a lot of stick, and just staying calm, still keeping cheerful, keeping jovial, and making sure that you get the most out of the game. Maybe you're going to lose this map, but you're going to come back on the next map, and that's the championship mindset, and that's probably as opposite to tilting as you can get. And the top teams show that. Some teams go through periods where they have that self-belief that they can keep it together, even though they're taking a beating. I mean, look at Envious. At one point, they were a very dominant team on the international scene, and these days, you can see that's all hard. Happy is the most opposite person to his name, his sort of game moniker of anybody I've seen. He's really like a very sort of poisonous character at times, and I mean, you can see that team struggles because they just struggle to actually keep the self-belief that they can win. And I mean, they're multiple major champions. So I mean, when you're looking at local CS, Bravado are the guys who are the most storied and decorated squad in South African CS, and they're the guys that you'd look to have the right attitude. And I think Carbon would have learned something out of that as well, looking at what Bravado are doing.
Yeah. Well, let's have a quick little brief chat here on the teams. We're going to be going into the veto now to bring up the two squads here. Obviously, on the left-hand side, we've got Damage Control. Definitely a favorite to actually win the online qualifiers and go through to the main event that's happening on the end of August. The online qualifiers, for some of you guys that have just tuned in, is happening on the 13th of August. That is a full online event. The top two out of those online qualifier finals they basically will go through to the main event. So it's only 2 spots in this whole qualifier series. This is the last group stage. A match will round this evening, and then we'll proceed to the online finals, which will then, of course, give us the 2 winners there. But just, yeah, a quick one, on the great Billisoft platform here, we can actually see the 2 teams. Starting on the left, we've got the damage control side. Like I said, favorites to go through and win or clinch the online qualifier finals. Looking at the lineup there, of course, Z-Drag, Style, Hellhound, Instant, Explicit, Apocalypse, and Asterix, the new addition there. So they got a full 7 lineup. On the right-hand side, Mike, you want to take us through the Pulse Gaming team?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got Kasparov. He's the author of the team, actually a Brazilian player. As I'm actually saying this, I'm getting some messages from the very person in question, Kasparov, saying they've got some issues for tonight. So maybe we might have to actually switch what we're casting here or something, which is a little bit disastrous to know at this point.
Well, they've got quite a big lineup. I'm sure they'll be able to sort it out. I mean,
let me give you the information quick. I'll have a little chat with the viewers in the meantime. I'll send you the information. Maybe you can quickly see what we can sort out with these guys. But of course, the other side I must also mention is in SA it's very rare for tournaments to actually be hard book in the way that we're doing this. Trying to up the professionalism a little bit and make it not a lottery as to when games are. I mean, we released the schedule sort of 2-3 weeks in advance, and it's just a different style of doing it. So some of the teams aren't quite used to that yet because DGL ladder and all of that is actually quite loose. So, previous Arena tournaments, all of that sort of thing, you can kind of postpone it after the game was really supposed to start, that sort of thing. But these things are pretty hard booked. But yeah, tonight's games as well, if we... just having a look here. We've got a couple of pretty good games happening tonight. Aside from this one in question that we're talking about, we've also got XTC against WOG, which is actually a bit of a rematch from ESWC over the last weekend. So I'm quite excited to see that. And of course, if WOG win, XTC don't make it to the qualifier for the LAN. So that's potentially quite a game. Also on the other channel, I'm not sure if they are doing it because we haven't heard anything from them today, but Congo Carl and Robo Hobo should be doing Veneration Esports versus Curiosity, which is also a fight for the top of the table in that particular group. So pretty exciting stuff happening tonight. Map Vita is already open here. I think we're going to manage to organize some subs for these guys. So
well, yeah, I'm sure they can have a stand-in. Obviously, it's rule specific, of course. And look, I mean, if they can't actually, fit the first 5, it's fine. We can make adjustments for them, of course, and we'll probably have them starting the veto process here. We see Mirage actually out of the picture first, and then Cobble straight away. So we've got 2 interesting maps out of the picture. Nuke and Train still open. 2 maps that a lot of teams try to avoid, but. Your call. What do you think we'll see here?
Yeah, well, interesting that Train be vetoed. I think DC aren't really too excited to play that. Nuke being the obvious veto for Pulse, I'm sure they don't want to play it. Of course, the first veto for Pulse was Cobble. So, you don't want to play that against DC. DC used to be weak on that, but they've managed to actually, get quite a bit of proficiency there. So that was vetoed out. And of course, the map pick now with the randomizer, just like the major, is DE Dust 2. So that's the map we're going to play. And I think DC are going to be feeling pretty good about this because obviously they're the oldest active lineup, as pointed out by Patar from HLTV on his Twitter, actually saying, commentating on ESWC qualifiers from the last weekend, saying that DC is probably one of the oldest lineups that he's seen, average age of 29. So yeah. they played Dust 2 once or twice before, maybe.
Yeah, no, I think these guys have definitely played quite a lot of Dust 2, let's be honest. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. Obviously just going to be connecting in shortly now towards the server so that we can actually bring you this game here between Damage Control and Pulse. Obviously number 1 versus number 2 in Group A, and for some of you guys that don't actually know the groups, please make your way through to the evetech.co.za /ECL webpage, or you can go to Go Pick Up gopickup.co.za. Gopickup.billisoft.com is also another one that you can go to, and those websites will obviously give you all the stats and information, what's been happening in the ECL specifically. Anyway, that being said, I think it's time for us to go in game. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I think this is going to be a very, very good game. I think a lot of it's on the line specifically for the Pulse Psycho Pandas. They want to ensure that they get through into the online finals, where they can stand a chance to take second or first place and qualify for the main event as well. Looks like I think you've muted.
I do that from time to time. Sometimes I value my own opinion so lowly that I turn my microphone off because I don't think the world should hear it. It's that bad.
Yeah, well, that's your own opinion, okay? Look, you can keep it to yourself. It's perfectly fine, etc. But tonight...
So you're saying I shouldn't share it with the millions and millions of viewers that are going to watch this VOD in the coming years to reflect upon our glory, upon the stature of us as premier casters on the international stage, and just how good we are.
Well, I guess you kind of lost me halfway whilst announcing that, but it's perfectly fine. Look, I
lost you halfway, man. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I pour my heart and soul out to you, and this is what you do to me. I see how it is.
Well, look, it's looks like the guys are actually joining up now, so this is going to be good, and hopefully the Pulse guys have sorted out their lineup here. I mean, this is actually quite important game, broadcasted game this evening.
I would also say it's a little bit of a disaster for Pulse that they might have to be playing with a stand-in here. I mean, it will be somebody who's in their lineup, but not somebody who's in their starting lineup usually. So depending on who we get, well, that might not be so good. I know Kasparov is playing tonight, so we've got the Crucifier, the Man, and Abson, and those three are kind of the classic lineup. They've been, playing together for a long time. They played for Terra Gaming last year at DGC. Actually played against them on Overpass at that, and that was one of the qualification games to go into the top 8, which they didn't win. Get wrecked, mate. We won.
No, look, I'm quite excited to kind of see, how this one works out here. I think it's obviously going to be Damage Control that's going to walk away with the victory here. They've got all the experience in the world. They've got the skilled players here. So this is really something of the nature that we hope to see maybe the Psycho Pandas actually pick up maybe a few rounds against Damage Control here. It is Dust 2. Also, we have to know that that is a little bit of a wild card map. So, literally these newer or lower tier teams can actually perform quite well on this map, knowing that they play on it quite often.
Yeah, I mean, Dust 2 does have somewhat of a random element to it because of the layout. I mean, it tends to favor strong aimers. I mean, if you look from an international point of view, to just sort of frame it for the guys, our viewers, you'd see teams like FaZe Clan or I'm trying to think of another highly skill-based team, Envious, or famously North American teams playing Dust as well, because it doesn't require anything too hectic in terms of strat play or executes.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite a it's quite a favorable map to play if you don't have a lot of setups or interesting things prepared on your team. But that also said, you do need to understand how to play it. And generally, Dust 2 is a map where you've got to get some early mid control. And find some control towards one area of the map or the other and push the CTs back as T. You can't... I mean, some maps where you'd say play for mid control like a Mirage or a Cache, you can smoke it up and you can push out and you can kind of take control and then decide where you're going to move from there based on your picks. But with the Dust 2, you got to you sometimes look at your spawn and you'll go, okay, we're going to rush out long, try to take the pick and then fall back. If you take the pick, then you're going to run out long and continue to try to push. And if you don't, you're going to fall back. And it's one of those maps where the early picks are super important, because that kind of determines where you're going to be able to find some space. Yeah. I think the mid doors kind of block you off from the sort of mid plays you'd see on a map like Mirage or Cache, for instance.
Yep. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining in this evening. If you've got some mates that actually want to see some local CSGO, Please, of course, invite them to come and watch. It's quite an easy link to go. Gaming.youtube.com, Evetech TV. Just search for that, and you'll be able to find it. It is the primary channel for the ECL, and of course, myself and Mr. Extremes is bringing you the live action this evening between Damage Control and Pulse first off, and then we'll take you through the second game, which is going to be a really tight one. XTC versus WRG. Two Masters teams going to have, will be having a go against each other. Otherwise, just waiting for one of the Pulse guys now. I think it's Anik.
He was on the server. He was on the server a little bit earlier. I think he might just be restarting or something. That was, damn it, now I've forgotten the name. Crucify, as you said. You just said it and I forgot it. That's pretty amazing, but with determination, I've managed to do that. So, you know, like anything's possible as long as you're determined enough to achieve it. And of course, Pulse are pretty determined to win against DC here. And DC, one of the most decorated lineups in the history of CS, both Go and 1.6 in South Africa. Numerous championship titles as well. And probably the second most decorated championship team after Bravado, I'd say.
Oh, definitely. I think Damage Control, you know, let's quickly talk CS 1.6. I think they were the last team to take the last Rage CS 1.6 competition, which was back in 2009. And of course, the lineup there was very similar to this one. I think they had Gandalf playing, and they had Anthem playing, of course, in that team as well. That was quite some time ago. But really, I mean, I can definitely agree with you. It is one of the top decorated team. They've been to Code 5. If I'm not mistaken, they've played at the WCG qualifiers. That's back in the day in 2006 at the Carousel, or however you call it. But yeah, I mean, these guys have, you know, been all over the place. They've got a lot of experience, and I think they just need a little bit more time to practice because, you know, they're obviously full-time, working class gentlemen. So it's a little bit difficult for them to obviously, you know, find the time to practice every single night.
Yeah, I think that's a problem we've all had. I mean, I would still be playing if I had the time, but you know, casting's pretty fun too, I must say. And of course, you know, the Skrilla doesn't hurt.
The Skrilla doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I'm being facetious there. Big word for you guys. Google does work, so if you don't know what it means, I'm sure you'll find the answer. And of course, somebody also we're looking to find the answer about is Anexi, who's on the server. He's actually played for the DC Academy team in DGL not too long ago. He's actually the stand-in for tonight, and he's also on the Energy second team. So it looks like he's actually swapped from them to Pulse, which is quite interesting. So I don't know if it's just for this game as a stand-in or if we're going to actually see him in this Pulse lineup. But he's a very young player. I think he's about 15 or 16 years old, and you know, a lot of skill. I played with him quite a bit, and you know, definitely one for the future. I mean, he's maybe a little bit behind like a Flexi or a Sonic in terms of skill, but you know, give him a year or two, and I really think he's going to be one of the top guys.
No, indeed. I think it's good to see the youngsters actually, you know, kind of climb up the ranks, etc., start to join the top teams. You know, JT, Flexi, Fady, Sonic, I mean, all the youngsters are really starting to kind of produce quite a bit of result when it comes to, you know, age versus experience and just raw talent. I mean, these guys are really, really good. But that being said, we're just waiting now for the Crucifier to join up, and let's hope he can actually get up and running quickly.
Let's actually expand a little bit on what we're saying about talent. And I mean, had a little bit of a conversation with, including actually Zin from XTC. We were talking with Patar, the owner of HLTV, on Twitter during ESWC, where he was saying that, you know, he really feels Sonic is an amazing player because of Sonic's performance in the final. You know, I mean, he's 17 years old, I think. I think he's just about to turn 18. And he was doing, I think, an ADR of 109, which is just ridiculous. You know, if you're anywhere between 75 and 90, you're world class. And I mean, 109 versus Carbon is a good team. Just ridiculous. And you know, a couple of guys were saying, well, maybe you know, maybe he's the, you know, he should maybe be scouted by like a North American organization or something, because you know, the NA team seem to be bringing in a lot of foreign stars to bolster their ranks. I mean, somebody like Sonic really is the kind of guy who I think he could make a career of CS and he could play on the international stage and do amazing things. And I think we have an advantage in South Africa. Think about it. We speak English. We're not Brazilian or from the Ukraine or something. You know, we're not from a non-English speaking country. So
well, there's no language barrier.
Yeah, if you're a skilled player and you can showcase yourself on the international stage, there's every chance that that you could be picked up by a big org and maybe find yourself in a good team. And I mean, it didn't really work out for Black Poison, but I mean, Black Poison is a really good player, but I think Sonic is he's on another level to most other South African players. I mean, my suggestion to Patar was, well, the other guy who I see is at that kind of level or has that potential is probably Flexi.
Yeah, I think Flexi's close in that that sort of field, compared to Sonic. Although Sonic did have a little bit of a slump recently, it looks like he's actually, just kind of he shook it off when it mattered, specifically when it came to the final this weekend, and his results were, phenomenal. I mean, like you said, ADR over 109. That's some crazy stuff to see. So, look. We'll have to wait and see how they kind of perform at the ECL Champs, which will be on the 26th, 27th, and 28th of August. That'll be actually at the studio venue in Centurion, Pretoria. So they'll be taking on the likes of Carbon there, Aperture Gaming, Energy Sports, and then, of course, the 2 qualifying teams for the online finals on the 13th of August. We're obviously in the group stages now. This is the last group stage evening or round. And, well, I'm sure a couple of the guys are actually looking forward to seeing if the likes of Damage Control or Flipside actually make it through. That's really going to be the question. Because now, just talking about that quickly, a lot of people are kind of favoriting Flipside and Damage Control to win the online finals. And then there's a few things to consider here. I mean, the likes of WRG, XTC, VNR, even look at Forge. If Forge has the ability to make it through, they also quite a contender as well, because I mean they drew up against Flipside there, and Flipside, well, we don't know. I mean, it's up in arms at the moment for that team.
Well, just to say, Curiosity are looking pretty good. They were pretty good in the SWC qualifier as well over the weekend. So they're a team who could very well, if they
indeed,
they could very well do quite a bit of damage. And of course, irony, because there's Damage Control. So there is my bad joke sort of quotient hit for tonight. I'll try to refrain from any further. But yeah. Actually, coming back to this DC lineup, the other thing Patar from HLTV was saying is he posted a picture of a spreadsheet from, I think it was 2009 or 2006, and the exact same lineup of DC that played on the weekend and that is playing here today was also playing then. The same lineup, the exact same players. So they've had some lineup changes over the years, but very interesting that going back that long, this exact group of players actually played in a tournament that was posted on HLTV.
Yep.
So
amazing.
Anyway, we're off to the old guys are gonna knife now. Of course, walking sticks. Hitting the other team with your walking stick as well as your knife is an equally impressive strategy for a knife round.
Yep. So for some of you guys out there that don't actually know the game, the knife round depicts the side that the winner will choose. So he can either play for the counter-terrorist or he'll play for the terrorist team. And basically, the objective of the game is for the counter-terrorists to defend the bomb sites. Bomb site B, of course, and bomb site A. The objective for the terrorist team, of course, is to move and get the bomb in A, get it planted, and let it explode. Or eliminate the counter-terrorists. The counter-terrorists, of course, also have the objective to eliminate all terrorists before the bomb is planted. But that being said, pistol round here, Damage Control, Pulse kicking it off on the T side. And a very important round this is, the pistol round, to try and see if they can gain some cash. And we already see 2 quick frags in the favor of Damage Control here. Good response, though, from Pulse. At least getting the 1 style out of the picture. And we see the man now trying to challenge Apocalypse on this mid side. And let's see if he can get the shot in. He does! And a good little push onto that mid side now for Pulse. They need to contend up against Hellhound, who's waiting in the B-bomb side for them.
Of course, on a map like Dust 2, with the long ranges involved, the CTs do have quite an advantage with those USPs. Long range standoff ability, one-shot headshot. Of course, Glock doesn't work quite the same way. So some control now coming out towards the short area from Pulse, and they're challenging those USPs. And Kasparov dropped low. He goes down. Explicit takes him, and that smoke is blocking off the site. But Ensign on the angle takes the headshot, and I think Crucify's not going to be alive for too much longer.
Oh, look at Explicit here. Good little defensive play here from the counter terrorist at the moment. Crucify, the last one left, gets the one headshot. He's going to try and go for the bomb plant. This is going to help them a lot with their economy. At least they'll pick up a couple of bits of cash here. They won't buy up in the next round, but at least they'll have enough money on the third round perhaps. Oh, look at this little play from Crucify here. And now all of a sudden a 1-on-1 here. And this could potentially be a little bit of a disaster for damage control. But there we go. Instant getting into the thick of things. Getting the last frag there. He'll go for the defuse with the defusal kit, so it should be easy. But that bomb plant, giving enough cash now to Pulse, potentially to buy in the third round.
Absolutely. They'll look to save in this next round, most likely. Just stick to some upgraded pistols. Keep their money around 2,000, and should they lose the round, they'll be able to get a full buy with AKs in the third round. And CT side being much more expensive, they're not going to be able to have as strong a buy for the third round. So they're going to want to rack up some money in this round. With these SMGs, you actually get the double kill reward, 600 as opposed to 300. So they're going to look to rack up the kills now and maybe just strengthen their economy. And with no armor on the side of Pulse, it's going to be pretty difficult for them.
Well, just to give you guys a little bit of understanding here how the viewer works, if I press X, you'll see that we can actually see the opponent team, but the actual player can't. And nice little defensive play here from Explicit with the M4. He's going to try and go for a double kill. Backs off. He's got the support from Style, who goes down. And Ensign also making it work there. Explicit getting the last frag. And nice defensive play here. Only losing a single gun, but still score 2-0 now for the damage control team.
So going into this round now, the Pulse guys will actually have the weapon advantage with the AK-47. AK-47, of course, a one-shot headshot kill, whereas on the side of damage control, they've only got the 2 rifles with 3 SMGs. So they're going to be up against it a little bit here, but of course, the one advantage they're going to have is that they're going to have much better utility. And into this B bomb site they go. Hellhound on an amazing angle here, gets 2 kills, 3 kills with the UMP, and that's amazing money for his economy. Absolutely shutting down the Pulse guys.
Yeah, very good defensive player, and we see obviously Crucify, the last one left. Hellhound cashed in there quite a bit with that 3k, and well, it's up to Crucify now to clutch. We did see him clutch a little bit in the first pistol round, but I don't think that's the same, as he needs to contend up against 3 rifles and an SMG. That's going to be really difficult for him, but it really depends on his positioning. And let's see if he actually gets anything right. He needs to be careful though for the likes of Explicit. He goes in and gets taken down. Explicit, the man, just too strong for him. 3-0 here. And, well, Pulse, looking at their economy, not looking good. And I'm speaking here of experience. You need about $3,500 to buy up a decent rifle.
Yeah, they're going to have to save now. They're just upgrading to P250s. Those work out pretty well if you get close. But I got to question their tactics in that last round. Going towards B when they have a weapon that's better suited to longer ranges. And I mean, feeding themselves to a UMP, which is actually an inferior weapon, but at close range it still does a good job. So don't know why they did that. They really should have looked to maybe play towards long or mid where they could get a longer range angle. Explicit, of course, on the AWP on the side of the CTs now, the most powerful gun in the game. And pushing out long here, and Innocent just mowing a couple of them down before they're able to trade.
Well, that's definitely not helping out the Pulse guys. Explicit now supporting with the AWP, picks up a 2k, probably will get the third. Yes, he does. And damage control increase their lead. 4-0 here. Very good defensive play. Instant starting it up there with that MP7. And, well, just a little bit of a finish off there for Explicit on the end of it.
Yeah, also farming up some good money for himself there with that SMG. Now we're going to see the full buy on both teams. AWP on Kasparov on the T side, not able to find anybody on the cross. Them actually chucking the nade there that pops up a plume of smoke and actually allows them to cross pretty invisibly. He didn't fire though, so the guys on damage control won't necessarily know that Pulse have an AWP. They'll suspect it, of course, but it looks like they're going to take a peek mid, and goes down to Kasparov. So APOC out of it already, and disadvantage now to DC 4v5.
Yep, that's a little bit of a problem for damage control, losing that mid-side player so early. And Kasparov playing the patient game, they're getting the pick necessary. Now it opens up a little bit here for Team Pulse. Let's see if they can capitalize of it. They need to be careful though. Let's have a quick look at the overview. You'll see Style now covering that mid-side here. Explicit and Instant still got the A side, and Hellhound strong enough, of course, with that AK-47 on the B-bomb side here. But there's a lot of action happening on the mid here. And potentially they'll be moving up in towards the top side slowly. They need to be careful though. Explicit is waiting with an AWP, so It's really kind of make or break for them at the moment. Explicit might be overwhelmed if they all rush together. But just quickly kind of picking it up, you'll see, though, the bomber is moving in towards the B-bomb side. So that means there's an intention here to go towards the B-bomb side. And let's see if they smoke it off. Yep, here we go. Smoke off time for them. Look at Stahl. He's just behind that boxes, and he'll be able to peek on top of that, taking out enough of the guys as they move up towards it. Easy pickings for him. He drops down, but he manages to get the frag shot. And now it's up to Hellhound here to try and defend off the side. He's done quite well. Picks up 2, and all of a sudden shuts the Pulse team down. Instant with the support with the M4 after Stahl going down. And 5-0 here for damage control.
Yeah, I'd say Stahl was really the linchpin there with that boost up into that box there in mid, seeing over the smoke. It's a very common play. I mean, Freakazoid for Cloud9 was doing it literally every round last year when they were playing so well as a tier 1 team. And you don't see it too often in South Africa, though, and that seems to sow quite a bit of confusion for the guys from Pulse there. He only got the 1 kill, but they really hesitated going in the side, and that gave Hellhound the time he needed to clutch that out.
Yeah, very well played. Instant a little bit flashed here, but he can hold off this bomb side. Goes for the spray down, picks up 1, goes for 2, and Apocalypse also clearing out in the mid side so quickly. There was a bit, but it was obviously the aggressive play from him up mid that actually paid off there. And, well, 6-0 right now, damage control looking very strong.
Yeah, cruising along. That save round, obviously not a lot that Pulse could do, but now the lose bonus is really telling up. Of course, round after round, as you lose consecutively, you actually get higher loss reward, and therefore you're able to actually sustain better buys. So double up now on the Crucify and Kasparov, and this is one of the few maps where double up on T-side actually does make sense. Most of them it's a bit of a crazy thing. On Kasparov actually gets the pick on Explicit, though, so the AWP goes down on the side of DC, an early advantage yet again to Pulse, but are they able to... Oh, no. Pocket actually catching Kasparov there.
Good trade-off here. And obviously now we'll see that Pulse has taken control of that A-long side towards Ditch. So they can go for the pick shot here, but the likes of Stahl needs to be careful with the AWP. He goes down to the man with the AK-47. So we have got Instant playing that short top side. And obviously the rotation coming in here as well with Apocalypse following suit. But at the moment, very hesitant Pulse team. Not too sure what to do with this.
I was actually going to say earlier that Pulse keep giving away their early advantage, and I mean they just did it again. So you can see why they have an advantage yet again. Oh, this boost from DC quite interesting. I think they're going to spot the boost and actually take the player down. The man gets the kill, Instant trades, and oh, that nade actually taking Instant down. So now pretty much advantage damage control here. I mean, what am I saying? Pulse damage control only with the 1 player left. Hellhound towards short, and I think they're going to take him down.
You know, good stepping play there from Anarchy, and he picks up the last frag. And Pulse pick up 1 here. 6-1. They've got a lot of work to do. This is a more T-sided map, so the Terrorist team have more of an advantage than the CT side, historically, of course. So they should effectively pick up more rounds. But by the looks of it, the damage control team just seemed too strong. The economy also looking very good. Obviously, just having a look at it now, still looking pretty tip-top shape. None of them under $1,000. So, of course, they should have enough for the next round to buy up another set of rifles. But score 6-1 now at the moment. And let's see if Pulse can pick up another.
Yeah, Pulse tend to... What I'm seeing is a lack of patience on their side. They get the early advantage repeatedly. And that was the first round where they actually were able to make it count for them. I think Style's gonna find a play, probably the man towards short, any second now, but Pulse really need to play this slowly and get their trades and not get overexcited. Trying to take some advantage towards short here. I mean, this is a pretty common tactic on this map as well. You'll probe an area of the map, see what sort of response you get out of the CTs in terms of utility, and you know it's smoked up now, so they're gonna have to go somewhere else. Crucify's actually crawling through the edge of the smoke here at long, hoping to maybe find someone, and he finds Instant towards Pit, so it gets the early pick, but I think he's going to get traded off. Explicit taking him down in turn.
Oh, very, very good play here from Crucify, managing to get the entry frag, but Kasparov making it count with the AWP, and they are quite low. And we'll see Apocalypse moving up. He'll take the 1 frag. He's going to try and go for the other one, but Abson getting the shot in here. Now it's up to the man. And he does the work, but Hellhound, the last one left here for the damage control team, moving in towards the long side now. So these two guys need to be very careful where they're aiming at the moment. And we can see they're all kind of not really aiming in towards Hellhound, but we'll take him down on the end of it all. And second round for Pulse, not bad played.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for Hellhound, if he had 100 health, I think he would have taken their first kill pretty easily. But the health disadvantage, even at that range, he gets a couple of bullets on the player, but not able to do anything. So that's the round they needed, of course, because if they lost that round, Pulse, the economy would have been reset. They would have gone back to the minimum loss bonus and not been able to buy. So now they come in with a pretty strong buy, and I think this is the last strong buy we're going to see out of DC before they're themselves forced into a save. Yep. And historically, again, as you said, this is a T-sided map traditionally, so you'd hope Pulse are going to pull some rounds back here and make a competitive fight.
Well, we're hoping to see something of that nature, but at the moment, Damage Control have got two guys, Instant and Style, blocking off that long side breach point. And just having a look at the layout here at the moment, we see Anarchy just kind of moving in slowly on towards this top side, or short. And needs to be careful for the likes of Style here. Style does not know he is close by. There, little pop of the head, but goes down. Absent also taking a frag here for Pulse. So they open up that mid side. Yeah, Apocalypse out of the picture. And that potentially could work out for them. If they understand that Apocalypse plays the mid side, they can move in towards B. Nice little boost. Yeah, wow, Kasparov taking out Explicit. And all of a sudden, advantage towards the Pulse team. But that smoke grenade kind of keeping them at bay at the moment. There's nothing more that they can do. They will be peeking out of this long side line. Let's see if Instant can defend it off as they move in. Nice little play from Style. Instant goes for the lineup, gets the one. And now Style needs to be careful. His left side's open and gets taken down. And Pulse take control of the A-bomb site. We'll see Hellhound moving in.
This is very doable for Hellhound as well. Look at the HP on the Pulse guys, really low for them. And he's going to have spotted that jumping play. Gets one and he knows where the other one is because he saw him jumping.
Oh, look at this.
Just depends on the peak here. He's going to try to shoulder peek it to bait the shot, but it's going to be very difficult with the player towards pit here. So it's like he's committed to it and not able to actually clutch it. Kasparov taking him down, and that's the round that Pulse needed to stay in this game. 6-3, still Damage Control leading, but we should see a save on the side of damage control now.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit of a problem here for DC, but they've picked up 6 rounds, so it's not the end of the world for them. So we might see quite a lot of Deagles come out. There we go. Apocalypse, Explicit, and Style picking up some Deagles. They tried challenge the long side there. A little 1D coming up from Style, so that's good to see. An aggressive play coming in here from Damage Control. Apocalypse now managing to pick up one. Hellhound follows suit. Kasparov under pressure with the AWP, and he knows if he doesn't get the first shot, he's in trouble. And already, as you can see, Damage Control seem to have capitalized quite comfortably here. Apocalypse picked up one of the... Wow. He's got the AK-47, gets the entry pick on Anarchy quite comfortably. Explicit will end it off. And what an eco round here for the DC side.
Yeah, you can never count out Style when he's got that deagle, gets the 1D, opens things up for his team. And you could just see, like, Pulse, just confusion in their ranks there with what was happening. And free weapons all around for DC as well, so pretty easy for them in the end. I must also point out it's actually he's actually called the Nexi, not Anarchy. He's just changed his name for this game. So
Nexi, okay.
I don't know. Maybe he's made a permanent decision, but I didn't get the memo. So.
Oh, well, that being said, it is an eco round here for Pulse, and Apocalypse just dominating on that mid side. Gets the one frag. He's going to try and go in for the 3K and gets it. Wow, nice little defensive play on the mid there. 3K for Apocalypse, 8-3 Damage Control in a good lead once again.
Looks like he actually may have pushed out lowers there. I wasn't watching the map the whole way, but quite a ballsy thing to do against pistols. But clearly wanting to bully their opponents here and put a bit of pause in them because they got a couple of rounds. It was looking pretty good. And I mean, DC, they want to slow things down and reassert their dominance. Bunch of players now pushed out long for the Pulse guys, taking long control, but they're going to need a cross, and that AWP from Kara is watching them.
Yeah, well, interesting just to watch Damage Control on the defense. They just backed off in towards the A side. They've given them long, but that might change up as we quickly look here. Kasparov sitting with the bomb, so there's no intention at the moment of that bomb going A. Could be going B, maybe a late rotation in towards the B side. They need to be careful of the likes of Hellhound, though, because he is very accurate on the defense. Well, there's a little bit of play happening here at the moment. Nice little shoot down from Apocalypse after that 3K last round. He's got a bit of confidence going into this round. Tries to pick off potentially one of the other players. That Molotov will do some damage, but gets taken down right on the end there by Enexi there. I got the name right this time.
Yeah, the man actually on a sum total of 1 HP, so plenty to go around, right?
Oh, look at Absent trailing in the long side here. Gets the pick on Style, and that opens up the long corridor here. He needs to be careful, though. There are two players just waiting. Look at this. Pick on Ensign, of course. He just knew he was there. And Explicit just... I don't know if Explicit really knows. No, he does. And he gets the pick there with the AWP, but still, it's now up to Hellhound and Explicit to try and see if they can go for some form of a retake. I think that's what they're going to try and push for here. They need to be careful, though. There are 3 guys waiting in that B-bomb site for them. So the retake important here.
The bomb side is super difficult to retake. So I mean, unless you get an early kill, it's very difficult to go in. And Hellhound goes down pretty early, so it would probably be better for Explicit and for his team's economy to actually fall back with his AWP. But it really seems like he's feeling confident. He's going to get flanked here through the window and goes down to Nexi. So another round for Pulse.
Yep. Well, this looks starting to look fairly good here for the Pulse team. They've still got a lot of work to do if they actually want to try and pick up a couple of rounds, maybe 6 or 7. And then going into round 2, we could potentially see a good game. The dual AWP buy coming out now here for the Pulse side. That's quite interesting. Anexi and Kasparov. And we see Ensign opening up his tally with a nice little 2K there on the defense on long. And that's going to pause the Pulse onslaught just a little bit here. That bomb seemingly was going to be moving towards that mid side. Apocalypse needs to be careful. Kasparov is around the corner with the AWP. Oh, and Kasparov gets the better of him there. Nice play. And that will open up the top side and mid side here for them. That smoke grenade might just offset them a little bit to start moving in towards the B bomb site. We see Explicit coming out, gets the frag on the Crucifier. And Ensign, this little loop, might actually help them quite a bit. Kasparov out the picture here. And very well played here from Ensign, actually applied the pressure. And next, see the last one left with the AK-47. Let's see if he can actually pick off 1 or 2. There's 4 DC players, but it's not going to happen. Explicit picking up the 2K. Ensign with the 3K on the end of it all. And picks up the AWP for Style. 9-4.
Very impressive play out of Explicit there. Not falling for the fake. That smoke with the numerical disadvantage that Pulse had, they were trying to fake that they're going to actually go to the B site by throwing that common smoke for a B split through mid. And he just pushed straight through that smoke and took the kill on the player there and shut down whatever Pulse were going to do. Wow, look at this push from Style. Really aggressive. Gets the 1 kill, but he's dropped down to 14 HP, so it's going to be very difficult for him. Actually traded off by Nexi, but Rifle's coming in now versus these pistols, but they've managed to save this AWP, and we've seen what teams can do with a single AWP. It's very possible for them to actually win this off a single AWP. Unfortunately, Nexi now dropped down to 5 HP, and I think the man is going to get found out on his hard lurk here on B. Goes down to Hellhound. Apocalypse takes Kasparov, and we've just got Nexi now left all on his own with that AWP and 5 HP. 5 HP in a dream.
5 HP in a dream. No, very good play here from the damage control guys. They weren't too aggressive. Only Style in the beginning there, but that's fine. And now, of course, we see Apocalypse quickly rushing up here. And he won't get the frag as Instant picks it up. But he'll pick up the AWP for his teammate. 10-4. And damage control, well, in a very, very comfortable position here moving forward into the second half.
Yeah, they've won this round quite a while ago already. I mean, this half, shall I say. So things looking pretty good for them. I think on the CT side on this map, if you're able to get anything more than 6 rounds, it's actually very, very impressive. And I mean, that's generally counter the meta of CS in general. Generally, you're going to be a more, maps are generally more CT-sided. But Style actually looking with a cheeky boost and gets abs in there. So common play, but not something we see too often in SA games. Just showing their experience for the DC guys there yet again. Interesting to see Styles got the AWP now. Explicit was actually using it early on.
Oh, look at this interesting rotation here from Explicit and Ensign. Now, Ensign, he's in the right position. They take down Explicit, and it's going to be up to Ensign now to go around the corner. He doesn't get anything. And the Pulse team managing to open up that long bomb site here. Look at this. Hellhound coming in, looping around. He's going to try and go for the frag. He's under pressure here. He's just not getting the hit. Gets the 1 and backs off. And Style also out of the picture. So it's up to Apocalypse and Hellhound right now. Apocalypse the only one left on the A-bomb site here.
Haaland really read that play very perfectly because, Pulse get that long control and then they move the bomb out so that they can try to fake out where DC might expect it to be. But I think Haaland spotted him, gets the headshot and takes Crucify. So now some audacious play from Haaland trying to shut down that possible play and again looping around from B sites and picking off the lurk for Pulse, bringing it from a 4v3 now into a 2v2.
Yeah, look at Apocalypse just defending it off so well. Gets the one frag on Kasparov. The AWP managing to get nothing in that last movement there. And look at this. Apocalypse is trying to pick him off and actually gets it right on the end of it. And that'll be a 2k there for him and 2k for Hellhound as well. Let's let it be known that Kasparov did do the damage there in the initial entry with an XC. But just not good enough. 11-4 damage control in a very, very good lead.
Yeah, first off, going pretty emphatically to them, and I say that round was pretty much crucial to Pulse's cause. If they could at least gotten 10-5, I think they would have been with a chance. But at 11-4, it's going to be really, really difficult. Now, we know miracles do happen. It's very possible. But on this map, CT side, I don't really see it, not against this damage control team. So I think in that last round, they let themselves down a little bit, going from a 4v3 into a 2v2 and then actually losing it. So again, Pulse on the CT side, so favored with the longer distance capability of the CT pistols and of course the one-shot headshot potential. Glock, you've got to get a lot closer to actually do that, and that's going to keep them at bay for a little bit, but still plenty of time, 1 minute 30.
Oh, look at it at the moment here. Nice little play. Although, there we go. Damage control opening up the little bit of a score sheet at the moment. They're not aware that there are actually two Pulse players waiting in that B bomb site, though. And at the moment, it's a 3. Also, no, not a 3. So it's a 4-4 still. And XC just quite low on the HP there at the moment. But damage control, they want to move in towards that B bomb site. You can see the bomb still waiting it out right there. So the man needs to be careful. And we see Hellhound picking off an XE. And there we go. Forced rotation. Hellhound playing the lurk role here. Doing the damage. And picking up a 3k here with a P2000. He's going to try and challenge. Wow. 4k. Hellhound. Crazy business there. 12-4. And
yeah, I was actually going to say there with how far he actually lurked up from long. I mean, that long area is a very open area. And nobody was actually peeking from Pulse to actually check it. So he was able to get right up to those players and get those instant headshot entries. And close up, the Glock will do that. But generally, that's not what you see happen. So, I mean, Hellhound, again, just proving why he's such an exceptional player.
Yeah. Let's see if Apocalypse picks up a little frag shot here against Absent. If Absent's going to be a little impatient, he might get knocked out of the park, but by this Deagle. But there is some action happening here. Look at this. The man coming down quite aggressively. Ensign also doing the work, but that's the mid-side player out of the picture. Although damage control have taken control of long, and this will cause a bit of problems here for Pulse. Style not spotting already the rotation in there. Gets the one headshot with the scout. He's got the support of his team as well. Moving in towards the A-bomb site slowly. Bomb will go down.
Very audacious plant from Explicit. Actually planting quite open there and nobody peeking.
Oh, we'll look at Instant here, waiting for the rotation, picks him up quite comfortably, and Style doing the damage. 2 scout kill there, 13-4.
Yeah, DC making it look easy at the moment, and I mean, we did expect more out of Pulse. I mean, we've seen them perform really well. They are a Premier Division team, of course, as well. So maybe with the stand-in and Nexi tonight, despite him being a really skilled player, it might have just upset the team balance a little bit. So cruising at the moment, DC, and looking good to close us out at 13-4 at the moment.
Hellhound managing to catch Kasparov quite quickly there. Little bit of play coming out here from the man with the Deagle, but gets shot down in towards that B bomb site. So it is only an XC and the Crucifier left here. The damage control team have taken control of B quite comfortably. Apocalypse, just hanging around, playing that little lurk role here, just picking them off one by one. And, well, I didn't get to see that one dig shot, but it's all right. We'll catch another one.
Yeah, it was quite pretty. Yeah, I managed to catch it. So, beautiful, beautiful shot. Thing of beauty. The best shot you've ever seen, literally. So you've missed it, and now you've gotten wrecked, mate.
Yeah, I guess the rest of the viewers also missed it as well, but it's not the end of the world.
Well, that's their problem. No, we love you, viewers. Thank you for joining us for Evetech Champions League. And of course, these teams are trying to get an opportunity to qualify for the LAN final, which is worth a record 150,000 Rand. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Thanks for the piles and piles of money, Evetech. You guys are pretty awesome. Also MSI as well, and all the other sponsors whose names escape me right now. So I'm sure you can rattle those off for us.
No, it's quite simple. Everyone can see them. It's Crucial, Steel Series, Ballistics, Level 7 Intel, and then of course, well, someone that as has been a little bit of controversy, but it is a partner in this competition, is CS:GO Lounge, and they are actually back in action with the betting. They never were down, so it's good to see.
Well,
and that being said, though, it looks like we have a 3-on-3 situation here with Pulse trying to keep things alive. Score 14 all at the moment, and there we go. Ensign catching Absent on the rotation here. The only bomber left is, of course, Hellhound. Not Hellhound, Explicit. The bomber. And, sorry, the only CT side player left is the Crucify. He'll pick off Ensign here. So it's a 2-on-1 right now. Let's see if he can clutch it here for the Pulse team. Gets the frag on Hellhound, and now all of a sudden it's a 1-on-1. And this could change things up here for Pulse. They need to keep this round or win it. And it ain't going to happen as Explicit locks him down 15-4.
Yeah, so they're on map and match point right now, this being a best of one. That was the first actual proper buy round for Pulse in the half, and doing really well early on. They got 2 early kills and it was 5v3 at one point, and somehow DC just doing DC things and bringing it back to suddenly 3v1 in their favor, and triple AWPs here, so putting out the Fnatic strats, trying to catch those players crossing, and they actually 2-tag both of them, so the Man and Casper are pretty low right now, and
well, Hellhound's going to
traded
go
off
in
there
and
and
clean them up.
yeah, B bomb side. Hellhound just doing his thing, and wow, Ensign getting another kill. So now just 2 players left. Absent getting one back and Crucify going down. Style also picking up the last one. So a bit quicker than I can say it. DC just destroyed them 16-4, and really not the result we were expecting.
Nope, definitely wasn't. But well, it was kind of, to be honest. Let's
Well,
all be honest here. It is damage
No,
control.
I'm never honest. I always lie. It's in the interests of making sure people are entertained, right?
True.
No,
But
no, that's not what I mean. More what I'm saying is we picked this game to actually cast because Pulse has shown some really good form. So the likelihood was it would be a close game. We thought DC would win it, but we really expected Pulse to put up quite a fight, and they did not.
yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. But still, nonetheless, let's have a quick look at the statistics here. Looking at the actual ratings, of course, Hellhound on top there, 22 for 8, almost 30 bombing this game, and then followed by Apocalypse. Apocalypse, though, dying the most out of the lot, but still, you know, adding so much value. 2 2Ks and 3 3Ks there for them. Hellhound, the only one being able to pick up a 4K there, the beast that he is, the surgeon that I used to name him, and I still do name him the surgeon. Very precise and accurate with that AK-47 of his. But looking on the Pulse side, Pulse, well, only really Kasparov showing a little bit of resistance there with the man. Otherwise, it was quite a difficult game for the Pulse team. I'm sure they enjoyed it, though. But nonetheless, easy game here. 16-4 for the damage control team.
Well, if you're a masochist, I guess getting wrecked is fun, but lots to learn. I mean, looking at DC, the way they were playing, their CT side was quite dynamic. Some rounds they would go for 3 players towards long to actually secure long control and just, you know, cut the Pulse guys out completely that they can't get there. And other times they would just leave it open and allow Pulse to take that control and, you know, hang back and let their AWPs do the talking. So very dynamic CT play from them, and you know, that's how you win Dust 2 as CT. If you play with very static setups, the T's are going to exploit it and destroy you. So damage control putting on a vintage performance.
No, of course they always do. So, look, they are favourites to actually make it through to the LAN finals. For you guys that have just tuned in, welcome to the ECL round 5. We just covered the damage control versus Pulse game, where the damage control team beat Pulse comfortably, 16-4. The last game for this evening from our side, of course, WRG versus XTC. Big one, and it's going to be a very important one at that. I believe there might be a stand-in playing for the WRG team this evening, but we'll have to wait and see. But nonetheless, I think, you know, it's all up to XTC right now. They need to take this game to remain comfortable in the in the first 2 spots basically on their group. Just talking about the group stages as well. Let's quickly just go there, and let's take us quickly there to the group stages of the ECL, and just to give you guys an understanding where we're standing at the moment. So Damage Control, obviously, walking away there 15 points to their name, 5 games won, and 48-12. So they comfortably through. The same with Pulse. So it was more just a consolation loss on the end of the day there, really, for the Pulse team, because they still qualify for the online finals, which is happening on the 13th of August. Looking a little bit here, let's quickly talk about this one here, Group C. Very, very important game, actually. Let's try and zoom in a little bit just to give you guys a little bit more. There we go. So Group C, very, very interesting predicament right now. We've got Armor Legion Gaming that is going to face off against, I think they're playing up against Equinox or Innovation Esports. The chances of so ALG should theoretically win their game. However, XTC on the same points at the moment, their points difference is a little higher, I believe, than Armor Legion Gaming. We'll just confirm, of course, with the admins. But they need to win their game as well to get into that second position, because ALG right now have caused quite a bit of an upset by beating the XTC team last week. So Group C's troublesome at the moment for them.
Let's also frame it like this: 12 points for White Rabbit. If XTC beat White Rabbit, they're on 12 points. Army Legion win, they're on 12 points. So it really comes down to points difference then, which is pretty damn scary. I wouldn't want to be placed at the mercy of that as a team. So I think what White Rabbit really need here is they need to win this to ensure their spot. I mean, they can't count on going through based on points difference. If ALG absolutely destroy Innovation, their points difference could suddenly become an issue, So
yeah,
there's all sorts of connotations here, and it's really exciting going into this. I mean, we're potentially looking at a 3-way tie for the top spot, and I mean, nobody would have expected ALG to be there. They are a really good team, but I mean, they're sitting sort of mid-table, I think, in first division. So they're not the team that everybody expected to show quite as much as they have, but they've been really good. So everything to play for, and this is also a bit of a rematch from this weekend's ESWC action. XTC beating out WOG there, but it wasn't an easy game for them. So I'd really say this one could go either way, and I'm really excited to see how this goes down.
Yep, of course. Well, anyway, guys, we're going to be joining the next game shortly, which is going to be the WRG versus XTC game. So we're going to just have a quick few-second break, well, a few-minute break here on our side. Obviously, just to freshen up, get some water, go to the bathroom, etc. And we will then catch you guys for the next one.
Crucial Ballistics gaming memory delivers the seamless performance and instant responsiveness you need for total domination. With Ballistics gaming memory, you get faster speeds, lower latencies, and aggressive heat spreaders. Advanced features such as LEDs, low-profile modules, and real-time temperature monitoring let you customize your rig further. Ballistics modules are available in DDR3 and the latest DDR4 technology, which is faster, has lower voltages, and greater capacities than DDR3. Choose your level of performance with Sports, Tactical, or Elite series, and crush the competition with Ballistics. Accelerate nearly everything on your rig with a Crucial SSD. Slash load times, get into your game faster, and access files, games, and apps almost as soon as you click on them. Choose the form factor that's right for your build and destroy the competition with the power and acceleration of a Crucial SSD.
Your storage drive isn't just a container. It's the engine that loads and saves everything you do and use. Get more out of your computer by boosting performance with the Crucial MX300 SSD. Accelerate performance with the latest Micron 3D NAND flash technology. Load apps and transfer data almost instantly. And protect your data with the same level of encryption used by hospitals and banks. The MX300 is over 90 times more energy efficient than a typical hard drive and has an endurance rating up to 220 terabytes. Plus, get even faster performance with the downloadable Crucial Storage Executive Tool. Increase the speed, durability, and efficiency of your system for years to come with the Crucial MX300 SSD. Instant performance that lasts.
Right, so we're back. Game 2 of this evening. And I think it's going to be a good one now. WRG versus XTC. Jeez, man, the XTC guys have got, it's all or nothing for them at the moment. I mean, just kind of looking at like how things are kind of panning out for them, they're going to have to really beat WRG comfortably here just to make sure that they remain in a good position. WRG obviously 48-14. They've got like some really good rounds advantage here. Let's just have a quick look here at the actual group stages before we go into the veto process. We've still got a couple of minutes left. Just seeing it here at the moment, obviously round difference at this time looks pretty interesting here for XCC. I mean, they are, by the looks of it, 19 rounds. They've got a 19 round plus advantage. And then looking at Armor Legion Gaming at the moment, 43-29. They have got, I'm trying to do my maths here and I'm really sucking at the moment.
I think we need a calculator, you know.
Yeah.
You want me to do the calculation?
Yes, you can do the calculation. I would appreciate that.
I'm just going to do some arithmetic, carry the 3. I'm really talking complete nonsense. I'm just going to use Windows Calculator. It's quite a wondrous invention. So they've got a WRG got 34 rounds in the bag for the round difference. So I mean that's going to be quite an advantage over ALG, who are sitting at 14. And then XTC, sorry about the keyboard. It's a beautiful mechanical keyboard with cherry red switches, so if you can hear the clacking, my apologies. XTC got 19 rounds, so WOG sitting pretty on their round difference at the moment. But of course, if ALG, 16-0 innovation, for instance, and they have a close game against XTC, then life's going to be a little bit more difficult for them. So really, anything can happen right now.
Yeah, look,
Except, something really ridiculous that has nothing to do with Counter-Strike, because that could happen, but it has no bearing on this.
Yeah. Well, look, this is it's quite interesting to see how this Group C is going to kind of pan out now. We're obviously just getting confirmation from the admin team at Billisoft just to confirm as to how the rankings will work. And as far as I understand, it is round difference. But however, that might not be the case. But we'll just quickly have a look see at the moment. Let's actually just pop into the veto process here whilst we go find our beloved game. And of course, it's the last game for this evening that we'll be shoutcasting at 9 o'clock. It is going to be XTC versus White Rabbit Gaming here. Let's have a quick look at the lineups. These two teams, well, it's going to be tough because both these two teams did play this weekend, so they've got some good practice and boot camping in. So we're going to see some really tight CS:GO on this last group stage game for the ECL.
Yeah, absolutely, it's going to be great. Weirdly, my timer seems to be out of time with your timer. If I look at the stream as to when it says the game's starting, very odd. It was actually exactly 4 minutes behind the stream. How odd. So now I'm back in the present day. I've lost 4 minutes of my life. I can't get those back ever again. So definitely putting in an expense claim with Evetech for that. But other than that, if we look at the teams that we've got going, sorry, being facetious again. We got Sand Potato for XTC, support player, but a very strong player, and he was one of the strongest players for the team over the weekend at the SWC qualifiers. We got Panda, P&D, who is probably one of the strongest Clash players in SA at the moment. He had a very bad performance last week against ALG, actually, I think only sitting at like a 0.4 rating, which is abysmal for this player. I think he only got 4 kills in the whole game, 6 kills, but he really needs to step up tonight and show the kind of performances that we know he can do. Zin, the long-time captain of this team, sometime Orpa, he actually showed up really well for the team over the weekend, so he's performing pretty well at the moment, and we're probably likely to see Viking and Tianqi playing. Viking, a really great entry player, and probably the strongest all-round fragger on the team aside from P&D, and Tianqi from the classic lineup that made it all the way to the top 8, famously beating DC and getting to the top 8 of DGC. On the side of WOG, going into the map veto right now, we got the former Virtue lineup have been together for a long time. Adrenaline, Sneaky, Synoptical, who's a really great player, super dangerous with the Deagle and great aim. MBR, ex of APG last year actually, and Sinner, who is a ridiculously strong player. I think he's the strongest player on this team. He's the guy you're going to watch for the majority of the frags. We might also see Puffy playing. Sometimes he plays instead of Sneaky, so I don't know about that. But anyway, the Veto is coming in. Veto actually XCC taking out Overpass, which is interesting because that used to be their favorite map. So they must feel not so confident on it versus WOG. WOG in turn vetoing out Train. So that is a very strong map for XTC. I remember scrimming them on the map and then wrecking us. So you don't want to play that against XTC. XTC taking the random elements out, taking out Dust 2, which is to be expected, and vetoed is Cobble there for WOG, and that's also probably XTC's second most, the map that they're second best at, so very good choice for WOG there. And the randomizer, as at the major, picking from the 3 maps remaining and picks Cash. So I would say Cash not really the comfort zone particularly for either team, but it does set us up for a map where it can go either way, I'd say.
Yeah, well, just something to add actually to the WRG team is that they did do a late replacement on Sacrificial Lamb. Hulkies has actually joined the team as a
Really?
as a reserve. So that's
and it's his birthday today, guys. Hulkies, ex of SSG and Pulse Gaming.
Yeah,
it's his birthday. What a
Well,
man.
well, look, that's the thing. He might play this evening. That is something that a lot of guys would like to, potentially see. Specifically, the old SSG guys would like to see him in action,
Yeah,
playing
me,
for
old SSG guy.
playing for a new Masters team. But though we'll have to wait and see if he actually joins in. I don't know if he'll be connecting in, but the request did come through to do a replacement on the substitute due to certain unforeseen circumstances with Sacrificial Lamb. But cool. Well, that being said, let's actually connect into the game and broadcast you this final game for round 5, which is going to be XTC versus WOG. It's going to be a close one. XTC, all or nothing for them at the moment. They need to really step up, produce a really good result if they want to keep themselves alive, or at least viable for the online finals. They do have got a round difference advantage at the moment over ALG, even though ALG is ranked second. We did get confirmation from the admin team that it is round difference. So we'll have to see after this game where they stand, and if they do stand in that top spot or second position. Also, something to note is the specific seedings that can obviously depict who they play up against in the quarterfinals of the online qualifier. I mean, that is something. Remember, guys, for you guys that are watching this evening, this is the 13th of August. There will be an online finals for the qualification for the 2 spots, basically for the event finals that'll be taking place in the end of August. But yeah, look, I mean, everything is dependent on seeding as well. So, if XCC get into the first top position, they will probably seed up against one of the second, place teams in one of the groups. That's generally how it works out. So, that's going to be interesting to see where they kind of stand after this game in particular.
Definitely. We're going to have to see how this all pans out. I mean, the connotations are all really interesting here. Interestingly, another fact, they actually XTC actually beat WOG 16-5 on cash over the weekend. Actually informed of this by Zin. I do remember watching it, but I kind of remembered it being closer. But it actually did go to 3 maps in the end. XTC closing it out. They also played Dust, which the guys from WOG won, and Mirage, which XTC won. So. Interesting that kind of, I was sort of framing it as this being a good opportunity for the WOG guys, but if they took such a heavy loss versus XCC over the weekend on this map, everything's going to be a little bit more difficult for them than I was saying. So, oops.
Well, we're waiting just obviously for the WOG guys to pitch up here, and the 2 players left, and then once they've rocked up, we're going to be taking you live with this final group stage match here between these 2 teams. And then we'll be back on the 13th of August covering the online finals where the first and second position will qualify for the main event that will be taking place on the 26th, 27th and 28th of August at the Evetech studio, which is actually based in Centurion, Pretoria. So that's going to be interesting, and that's going to be really, really cool as well. I mean, it's kind of like a little bit of a secret of things, but I believe the guys on the PR team will release some information closer to the time. There should also be a talent list coming out of who will be casting at the ECL grand event. Let's hope that we're picked, Mike. I'm sure we will be.
Yeah, pick me, coach. I want a chance. That I can cast. I can drop some bad jokes. I can do all sorts of stuff. I don't cost too much either. I'm house trained. All of that stuff. So.
You're house trained. Are you domesticated? Basically, is that what you were referring to?
Domesticated. I'm house trained, so I don't pee on your carpet. But I'm not domesticated in the sense that I'll actually be nice to you or civil, or not eat with my fingers, or drop crumbs on the carpet. I do all of those things.
You sound a bit like a Z-Drag there, but well, that's kind of like the how do I say, the image he's going with, being this like tough, don't take any sort of like crap Thorin type of character, and you know, he's done a couple of write-ups, etc. in the past, being very critical on how things have kind of been done, you know, over the last couple of months. But still, would be great to see him at the event as well. If DC qualifies, he's obviously one of the reserves, and maybe we'll have him on the panel. You know.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, what I must say for other viewers is, you know, in private, I'm probably the most critical person about the local scene and local CS in general. Not in the sense that I knock it and say, you know, the guys suck and all of that, but you know, the way things are run, the way events go, that sort of thing. So I just tone it down at your request and at the request of the guys paying our paychecks, not to be so controversial. So say thank you to them, guys, because it could be worse. It really could be worse.
Well,
so we're going into this knife round now. They're going to poke each other with pointed sticks, and whoever's left standing, who has the least holes left in them, you know, the least extra orifices, basically gets to choose sides.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, side picking is a very important one. If you pick the more favored side on this map, which is the CTs, if I'm not mistaken, it's really actually dependent on the South African scene as well. It could be terrorists, you know, on any other day. But looking at it now, WRG actually taking the knife round there, so they'll get to pick sides, and it looks like they're going to opt for the CT team, which is what we would expect. And obviously the good luck, have funs have been called out here. This is going to be a very interesting game. Let's see if XCC and the WRG teams can clash it out here and give us something really, really close. I believe it can be the case. And, well, pistol round underway, and we do see a Tech 9 buy coming out here from Red Dragon P&D. That's obviously their new sponsor. And let's see if they can breach this A-bomb site comfortably. A lot of defensive kind of positioning here from Puffy and Sinner. So they're giving the bomb site here to the XCC guys as they move in quite comfortably. XCC just taking control. We'll see the bomb go down now. Now the retake is going to be important here. We see Sinner now spamming through the smoke. He tries to see if he can pick up perhaps one of the players, but not to be the case right now. And we'll see Adrenaline coming in from the mouth side. He goes for the pick. He gets it. And it is, at the moment, advantage. Wow, towards the XCC guys. Puffy will pick up the last one. And it's a 2-on-1 right now with Viking having to defend off this bomb. Playing the P250. Oh, one little bullet. And he's under pressure right now. Will go down. And WRG will take the first round on the retake. They're very well played by both teams. But on the end of the day, WRG just more successful.
Yeah, excellent play from WRG. The meta of this map has really evolved to the point that, especially on that A side, playing for a retake is a much better way to play it than to lose players trying to hold on to that site. So they're really different. You can see that they're schooled on this map and they know how to go about it. And XCC as well. You know, at one point there it was looking pretty good for them, but the trade's coming in from WRG and bringing it back for them. So pretty close starting round. Only one player left alive on the WRG side. So the XCC guys with that bomb plant are going to probably look to buy third round, so just some upgraded pistols, no armor in this round. And against these two MP7s, that's going to be pretty painful. But Deagle in the hand of Turtle and Viking, and we know what they can do with those guns.
Yep, indeed. We'll see Turtle now just kind of peeking that B-bomb site here. We'll see, of course, Viking trying to challenge with that Deagle as well. Gets a good shot on Puffy there at the moment, but there... No, Puffy, though, backing off there. Sorry, it wasn't Puffy, it was actually
coming out from
Sinner.
Sneaky on B site and taking out Turtle.
Oh, no, unfortunately, I didn't spot that, but nonetheless, we see now the XCC guys moving in towards the A-bomb site here. There we go. Viking with the Deagle tries to go for another frag. Oh, managing to lower Sinner down to half HP and gets the pick on it. And that's it. We'll see Zin now picking up the bomb. He has to rotate through. Very slow rotation coming in from the CT side. We'll see Synoptical. Not too sure about A. And Puffy looking up highway at the moment, just waiting for rotation with that MP7. The bomb will go down. So
It's got to favour the WRG guys here in this retake, considering the armor advantage that they have, and of course, better weapons. But the angle here actually found by Viking towards Khan, dropping Puffy down low. So Puffy and Synoptical both really low HP, and suddenly things turned around completely.
Puffy's hunting him down here with the MP7. He's going to go in quite aggressively. He's going to go for the frag. He gets it, and there we go. WRG get the retake. Only losing one player, Synoptical. And it will be 2-0 here for the WRG side. So this is applying a lot of pressure onto XTC to perform here and keep themselves relevant.
Yeah, this map can kind of go either way in terms of the current meta of whether it's a CT-sided or T-sided map. About a year ago, people were calling it a T-sided map because sometimes you could see sort of 8 rounds for the terrorist side. I think in this map, an 8-7 scoreline either way is actually perfectly acceptable. But if you can kind of make it towards a 9-6 CT side, that's really where you want to be. But early mid control now actually coming in from the XTC guys, using lots of utility to actually get mid. Yeah, 2 players boosted, so looking for the trade, but actually the first kill goes to Puffy, but Burns alive.
Yeah, at the moment we got Sneaky in the venture, and PND, well, getting the frag down him, so good little play. And then we'll see some flank play coming in here now from XTC into the B-bomb side. They need to be careful. Synoptical is waiting it out here with him. Famas gets himself one. He's going to try and go for... Oh, he goes for the reload and gets taken down. Not exactly the best habit. And we still have Viking just catching the rotation there in time. And it's only up to Sinner right now, who will go down. So XTC all of a sudden bounce back here in a very favorable position, forcing the eco onto WRG.
A very dominant win in that round, actually. And you could see the idea from them actually putting 3 players up boost. So they're guaranteed that the trade for themselves, even if they lost the first kill, would be favorable in mid. And then they trucked into that B-bomb side in a massive hurry, putting lots of pressure on those players and forcing them to go down pretty early, and Viking with the big plays in mid as well with the catching the rotation. The early kill here goes to Zin, and of course against players with no armor and just upgraded pistols. Kind of what you expect.
We see Sneaky challenging it out here with the Eagle, trying to get a little pot shot there. But also, WG losing 2 players. Here we go, Tianki trying to get out. And all of a sudden, a response by Synoptical and Puffy on the 2K. The B-bomb side is open here for XCC to move in. So, moving quite freely, of course. And Sneaky has not even rotated into towards the B-bomb side. But we'll see WRG moving in now. They've got an AK-47 in the hands of Puffy. So this might actually work out for them. Good smoke grenades here, of course, from XCC. They need to re-smoke if they want to keep it relevant. And here we see, of course, Samper Turtle just doing the work, getting rid of Sneaky. Will go and pick up the 2K. He's going to go in for the 3. He does. Good spray down there from him. 3K. And XCC square it up, yeah. 2 apiece.
Yeah, money's still not great for WOG at the moment. 2,800 on Synoptical. So they could kind of gamble on a buy here, but it looks like they'll probably opt for the double save rather. A couple of their players in the previous round actually getting armor, so putting them in not the best situation.
No, of course. We see Panda just working the magic there quite quickly with the entry frag. He's going to go for the second. He does pick it up. Good little play from him. And here we go. The eco round still not working out too well here for the WRG side. There's still no response yet from them, but it's to be expected in a kind of a way. There we go. Sneaky managing to pick off 1. Turtle managing to get hold of him. But look at Synoptical here. Just kind of banging it out there. Managing to pick off Viking. And 2 rifles lost here. XCC take the lead 3-2.
Yeah, pretty easy round for them there against just some upgraded pistols. They're going to see the full buy on the side of WOG now. So the second sort of strength versus strength round we're going to see. Interesting that XCC haven't opted to actually pick up an AWP. So Puffy got the AWP on the WOG side, and he's a very strong player with that AWP. So let's see what he's able to do. Yeah, again, lots of gunfire exchange in mid. 2 players boosted. Somebody's going to spot somebody now. Yeah. One would hope.
Well, there we go. Adrenaline managing to take down one of the XCC players, Tianki. And is there a response here, though, from Panda? He is looking at the... Whoa, looks like Adrenaline actually having the advantage there again, taking the 2K. A flurry of kills coming all over the place. So it's a 3-on-3 right now. It's a good play here. Sinner needs to be careful, but he'll get the... He doesn't get the frag shot on Zin. He's going to go down and try and challenge. Knows he's there. We'll try and work on Viking here. So advantage to WOG on the defense here. Good play. But still, the XCC guys just all over the place right now on the mid side. They're not really finding any kind of like a foothold in one of the sites here. And as we see the pause being called out by the XCC side. They need to be careful because look at this. Sneaky just coming around the corner, living up to his name. Something that I don't really mention like you do with Backstabber and co. And we see
yeah, I'd like to do that.
we see him pick off Viking there nonetheless. So it's up to Turtle right now to try and see if he can clutch, but he's under a lot of pressure. 3 WLG players to contend with. Let's see if he's got the ability to do so. Sinner, Synoptical, and Sneaky.
Yeah, would have actually expected Sneaky to come up behind him there. You can see he's kind of setting up for that. But Sneaky doing the right thing and rotating all the way around and just forcing that player to be looking the other way. Turtle looking the wrong way and Sinner takes him down. So pretty easy there. I think we had a pause coming in, but the issues already been sorted. The players back on the server. So back into the next round now. Still able to buy for XCC. They were able to get some bank up because of winning a few rounds in a row. 3 all at the moment. AK's out on the side of XTC, and unfortunately the AWP not alive on the side of WLG, so they do lose that and have to resort to FAMAS. But still, game kind of going either way right now, and yet it's early days.
Now we see Tianqi moving in towards the door side position as well. Sinner a little bit aggressive up on towards that mouth, backing off now. And we see now the likes of the XTC side just, you know, hanging out on that A main area and door side. Obviously waiting for a little bit of a breach here. Perhaps it'll work out for them. And Sinner now with a little cheeky little boost on this crate might actually, on the crate might actually work out for them as XCC tries to push in towards the A main side area. They're very reluctant to do it. Still no pick off here at the moment. So we see also Panda now moving in towards the mid side, trying to see if he can challenge Synoptical here with the AK-47. But at the moment, still plays coming out. But a spam play through that door side might end up taking Tianqi out there. Quite low in the HP, but things are looking pretty interesting right now. Just waiting it out. Here we go. A little bit of breach play from Zin at the moment. Sinner not spotting him, so he drops down. And he's going to try and defend it off. Wow, good play from Viking. And there is the response from Adrenaline with the FAMAS. Same with Puffy. And Viking managing to open it up here for the XTC guys. It is a 2-on-3 right now. And you can see that Viking just needs to kind of grip, get a good headshot in. Although Turtle managing to get the frag shot, he'll get the bomb down here for some extra finances. But just at the moment, the WRG team for the retake looking very confident.
10 HP, I'd say, isn't enough HP, and he's going to run into Synoptical. Any second, Synoptical gets the headshot and actually closes it out. So really well played around there to WRG, and you got to say, the way they were playing it, you know, putting themselves in positions that they couldn't be easily traded. So, you know, they'd get a kill, XCC'd get a kill, and then they'd get 2. So, you know, just able to avoid being traded out easily. And the early information plays, I think, from WRG also kind of narrowed it down for them. I think it was Sneaky actually pushing up a little bit on the B side, nearly getting caught out and finding the information that the team were towards A. So WRG able to set up and make it relatively easy for themselves in the end. Still a buy here from XCC because of the bomb plant, so just Zin on the Tech 9.
Well, look
and
at this.
Looks like A side.
Yeah, but I mean, they've only got Sinner defending off the A side at the moment, so a bit of more of a cluster created on that B side. Not really going to pay dividends here, as we see now XCC just moving in calmness, well, quite calmly in towards the A bomb side area. They know there will be a little bit of a response. Puffy doing quite well, but there we go. PND with the trade-off. Bomb will go down. No, it won't. No, it might. No, it won't. Oh, a burn. Not very good. A roast. And Viking's going to have to try and respond, which he does on Sinner. It's a 3-on-3 and looking pretty good on the retake here. Synoptical getting another roast. And, oh, look at this clever play. Giving Zin the AK-47. Nice play from Adrenaline. Doing quite well there with a cleanup at the moment. But it's up to Zin to try and see if he can juke them a little bit here. They're all just watching around. Look at this. He's just looking at Synoptical. He's actually scanning out the area at the moment. He knows the pick. He's going to go for the 2K. Oh! Does the job. And now it's up to Sneaky to try and take him out. But he knows Zin is aware that Sneaky is close by. But he's just not sure where, though. Potentially on door side.
Trying to bait out Sneaky now. Such cerebral plays here. But he's going to cross the door, and I think he might get caught.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's... Right thing, and now he knows.
What plays here from Zin. This is some serious clutch play right now. And gets it! Wow.
What a play from Zin. As I was saying, cerebral plays out of the long-time captain of XTC. And, You know, you see plays like that coming out of top-level international players to not actually just take the peek and take the shot. He watches the players, quite aware that the guy's facing the other way and is not going to see him, and just kind of backs away and allows that player to be while he looks for the second guy, gets the headshot on the second guy, takes the first play inside down and makes it a 1v1 from a 3v1. What plays? And unfortunately for WRG now, the economy's been reset and they drop down on pistol armor at the moment.
Yep, and that is exactly what XCC needed to keep themselves within contention here of round 9. And we'll see another A-side player, Adrenaline, with the 5-7. Does he get the frag? Yes, he does. And Sneaky responds with a dig shot there. And all of a sudden, XCC under quite a bit of fire, losing 2 guys quite quickly. Also, Puffy, aggressive play with a 5-7. And we see Sinner coming in with another deagle. Wow, look at that. Up to Turtle right now. And we'll see a couple of AKs or guns being picked up here by the WG guys. That's a really, really good eco upset.
Yeah, this is really going back and forth. The guys are just trading blows at the moment. And who would have thought WRG could actually pull it back from what is essentially a force buy to this situation? Turtle's definitely a player with some clutch potential. I mean, also an ex-APG player. And he's going to get the first kill, but... second kill too, and riding you off too early yet again, but 3v1 at the moment is going to be tough for him.
He still has the ability. He knows they're coming in from the highway side. He's going to go for the frag. He picks up 3. He's going to try and go for the 4th one. He's under pressure. Oh, and will go down. Still very valiant effort there from Turtle, but nonetheless, 3K not good enough. He had to take out all of them. And WRG will pick up their 5th round here.
Yeah, so taking the lead now again, 5-4. And if we have a look at the player scores at the moment, Synoptical leading the way for his team on WRG, 9 kills and 6 deaths, with Puffy and Adrenaline both sitting on 8 kills. XTC side, Turtle and Viking both sitting on 11, so really doing well for their team. Just Tianki not really showing up tonight, 2 and 9 at the moment, whereas also on the other side, Sneaky sitting on 4 kills. So need a bit of effort out of them, but still early days yet, and pretty much a save, just upgrade pistols on the side of XTC, but we know what WRG could do with. Let's see what XTC can pull out of that.
And there we go. Panda there with the dig shot on Puffy. So let's see if Viking can also do something similar. Oh, he does! Look at that! The 1D coming out here. The Panda under a lot of pressure right now. He gets another frag with the deagle, and all of a sudden, eco upset, advantage XTC. And, oh my word, the deagle kills are flying all over the place. Crazy
what
business.
Is
Crazy
what
business.
What is God? So 3v1 at the moment, Synoptical 10 HP, so his armor's not going to help him, and well, it's going to be really, really tough now, but you never know. I'd kind of write him off now, but every time I do that, the player does something amazing, so I think he's going to look to save now, because with their economic situation, they're going to have been reset again. I mean, they got no money on their side. They are poor, and he's going to have to hang on to this AK for dear life now. And looks like Turtle's actually trying to hunt him, but not sure he'll find him. So yet again, the eco round going the way of the ecoing team, and the deagle's just raining hell today. I mean, haven't always been 1-deags, but geez, the shots. So bringing it up to 5-all now, and ooh, actually, Synoptical catching Turtle there at the end, and Turtle will end up with no money from the round, but still got enough economy to be just fine.
Well, looking at the scores here, it's 5-5, pretty close. We got well, WRG on another eco round here. Let's see if they can potentially cause an upset and reset the economy for SEC. A heavy push coming A main right now. It's going to be up to Viking. Picks up 1. He tries to spray it down 2, but it's just too much. Tianki's going to try and follow suit out of door side here. He will pick up the other frag. And so it's a 3-on-4 right now. And the XCC guys have got the advantage here. Synoptical has got an AK, but nonetheless, we'll see Sinner and Sneaky quickly get picked off here. And there we go. Wow,
what a shot.
Little one click there from Panda. 6-5, sorry. And XCC have taken the lead.
Yeah, looking pretty assured in that round. I mean, we've seen the ecos going completely the wrong way a couple of times then. that actually working out the plan for once. So XCC taking the lead now, and it's a double save, of course, because WOG were that severely reset. Rounds they won, not keeping a lot of players alive, and the ones they lost while getting wrecked. Trading now, PND getting the first kill, Adrenaline trading it off, and he's going to possibly be able to pick up the gun. No, Turtle actually denies it for him. So 4v3 at the moment, and of course the weapon advantage with XCC, and they're pushing into this A bomb site, but Sinner gets the first kill, gets the headshot on Viking, bringing it back to a 3v3, but Zin's got the AWP, and you got to think that he's going to find somebody here, possibly through the smoke.
Now we've seen these players do that sort of stuff, you know, finding each other through smoke and all that. It looks like we're going to have another A-side play here. Good little pick off for Zin. And they are aware of Sinner with that quick crossover in towards the highway side now. It is an A-bomb side. Look at the rotation coming in from Sneaky, just not good enough. And there we go, Zin just picking it off. 3 kills there for him on the end of it. 7-5. XCC are starting to jump ahead here, and I think that's what they need.
Definitely, they needed this this half to go their way to keep in the running for this qualifier to make it to the LAN, and so far everything going according to plan, 7-5, and the full buy on both sides, AWP in the hands of Puffy. Still interestingly that XCC choosing not to play with an AWP on the C side.
Well, at the moment, 5 AK stack, a lot of utility. Things can work out here still for the XCC guys, as long as they keep it kind of close. Out of the way of that AWP in the hands of Puffy, who is looking at A main here. The bomb's been dropped, though, slightly more towards the A side area. Zin's picked it up again and probably moving door side. We've got Tianki waiting door side here as well. Bit of spam play coming in from the likes of Sneaky. So it's really up to XCC now to kind of plan a move here. Look at this little lurk play from Turtle at the moment. No one really in B bomb side except for Adrenaline. Kind of got his focus on there. Nice little play though on the mid side there. We see PND pick off the once and Optical with the trade. And a little mid play might work out here. Turtle also doing the work on the B bomb side. Opening it up now here for the XCC guys. And then all of a sudden we see 2 guys quickly drop on that A bomb site and mid side here. But the B bomb side is open. We still have got Turtle and the rotation coming in now here from Zin as well. Zin's going to have to be careful though. He needs to be worried by the likes of Sneaky in that vent side area. The bomb should go down. No, it won't. He's going to go for a safe plant here rather, just to make sure the economy is fine. He's going to peek. Be careful of... oh, look at that. Puffy with the nade shot kill. So it's up to Turtle right now. Low in the HP. Picks off one, but then gets taken down. And WRG managing to pick up another round here. Closing that deficit here. 6-7.
Yeah, good round at a WOG, and it was looking pretty precarious for them at one point because the early advantage did go to XTC, but able to effectively shut down the A push that was coming in and affecting the retake really well there. So able to keep it going. Still not going to be on a very good buy, but they're going to have rifles all around, of course, but a couple of Famises, which are terrible, despite what you may say. But AKs all around on XTC still in the lead, and this half's pretty much poised to go either way at this stage.
Looking at the moment here, buy up from both sides. Could go either way. Sneaky not aware of the XTC players, just waiting out on that B bomb side. The bomb now also in the hands of PND here. Now focusing on the mid side. A little bit of mid side play coming out now here from XTC. They're going to try and see if they can push in through the vent side, which they most likely will do. And flank play coming in here now for the likes of Sneaky. He's under a lot of pressure. The Molotov going to pay off. He's going to get the frag. Gets into a safe position. We see Synoptical coming in also with support. Sneaky doing well on the defense here. And there finally a response from Viking. But now they're under pressure right now as we see Sin also pick off the other one. And Viking only picking up the 2K here. But the damage has been done. Good defensive play from WRG there on the B bomb site. And it's up to Viking right now to try and see if he can make something count. Oh, look at that nade. Wow.
Oh, and he gets him.
Very, very, very good awareness there from Puffy. And we are at 7 apiece. Who's going to take the last round and take the lead?
I got to really credit Sneaky very heavily there for getting that 2K under tremendous pressure. I mean, he was dropped down to 20 HP and he still managed to get 2 kills, playing really intelligently for his team, and I think saving that round for them there. So making it possible that they could possibly win this round. Wow, nice peek there from PND, but the counter spam through the smoke from Adrenaline taking him down. So early advantage here towards White Rabbit Gaming, and wow, the spam through the door. Tianki takes down Sinner, and wow, bringing it back again. And they're pushing in towards this A site, but the bomb isn't yet. Tianki taking the second kill, another headshot, and bomb site's wide open for them, but I don't think they know Puffy's there. Well, they will now. They're taken down.
Yeah, XCC Viking here managing to play the boss role with the 2K. The same with Tianki after going down. It's up to Sneaky right now to try and see if he can maybe just get a sneaky frag in or two and try and go for sneaky defuse, potentially. Nah,
Pulling out the
doesn't
memes,
look
but no.
like them dank memes, I guess.
Yeah, they're a little bit dank, but of course XTC now taking the half 8-7, so looking pretty good there. And I must say, if you look at the way the two teams were playing there, WOG's rounds that they won, it wasn't always superior aim or ridiculous skills that was taking it for them there. It was coordinated team play, and XTC by contrast, I mean, you're just seeing ridiculous aim coming out, then popping some heads and opening up bomb sites. So you see a little bit of a difference in the play style of the two teams. Potentially, we'll have to see what WOG do on their T side, but XTC definitely doing the flashy stuff and just running into sites and taking down a couple of guys and opening things up. So excited to see which way this can go. And I mean, right now, still, this map isn't really CT sided or T sided either way. I mean, it can be on any given day. It can go either way. So right now, don't look at it as WOG being in a deficit. It's very possible that they can still win this.
Yeah, of course. I mean, 7 rounds as the CT side. This is a either or way scoreline at the moment. This can go XCC or WOG's way, depending really.
Something I must also just mention for you guys. I've been notified by a very observing viewer that the other stream is not up. So second time it's happened to us, unfortunately, in this competition, that our fellow casters have kind of dropped the ball. Unfortunately, Congo Carl and Robo Hobo not putting the stream up as advertised. So boo on them, but nonetheless, we continue with this cast, and we're bringing you the action in probably the most important game of the ECL League group stage at the moment. So still WOG just at a bit of a deficit to XTC, but I think they can take this.
Yeah, it's anyone's game, really, to be honest. I mean, I think it's going to be tough, but nonetheless, I think I think for the likes of XCC, they really want to take a game here of WOG. WOG obviously wants to remain in the first seed position in the group stage, so this could really go either way at the moment. I mean, if WOG have got a really good T-side execution, XCC are in a bit of trouble here. I mean, of course, for any CT side, if the execution is perfectly done from the T side, from a strat perspective, and they're using their utility correctly, it's going to cause a lot of problems for XCC. I can tell you that right now.
Absolutely, it's really to use the caster trope, to use the horrible term that we like to use because it sounds dramatic. Folks, this map is poised on a knife edge.
Pretty much. There we go.
How was that? I thought that was pretty good.
It's not too bad. We're just waiting for Panda now to actually start the game for us. So.
And may we remind you guys again, 150k ultimately on the line, real money. Some tournaments you get to go on a 14-hour plane ride, and others you get money. So in this case, it's money. And I'd like a slice of that. I don't know about you.
Well, it looks like we might have a bit of a pause coming in again. Yeah, no, it's the pause timer that actually times out. Obviously, can't wait too long for the player to join. So for some of you guys that actually have joined in on watching the cast this evening, I am Burning Red and my co-cast Extremes. We bringing you the last ECL group stage match between XTC and White Rabbit Gaming. On the 13th of August, we'll be going and doing broadcasting the online qualifier finals, which is a single elimination competition starting with the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then finals. And the top 2 of that elimination bracket will then qualify for the main event on the end of August. But also, whilst we hear a really big thank you to the sponsors involved, there's a number of them, as you can see. Crucial, Steel Series, Ballistics, Level 7 Wireless, Intel, MSI, and then, of course, CSGO Lounge. We'll be putting some of the games on the on for betting. That will probably start for the online finals. And then, of course, for the main event, of course, itself. Look, it's going to be tough. I think the online finals already is going to be quite a battle between the two teams. It's going to be best of 3 games all the way through to the final, and it's going to be quite entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot on the line again. I mean, only this year are we seeing significant prize pools actually coming in, and you want to be one of the teams that gets some of that because, well, life is expensive. You can't eat a mouse or a keyboard unless you're particularly nuts. So we're going back into this again. This is the pistol round, White Rabbit Gaming on T-side, and just an update on the other game that we're all waiting to know the result of, ALG versus Innovation. It's 12-9 at the moment to ALG, so Innovation doing really well in that game.
Yeah, that's causing a bit of a problem here, but that being said, WLG with the entry frag on the A-bomb side, so they're probably going to try and capitalize as quick as possible. Moving in from the door side here, we've got Sneaky, of course, Puffy now with the Tech 9, a very, very valuable gun to have at the moment. Here we go, breach play, Panda doing well here with the USPS, he's trying to go for the 2K, gets it, Zin with the support as well, and Puffy finally with the entry frag. The bomb should go down. And it's a 3-on-2 right now. We might see something close. Oh, wow. Zin picking up the 2K there with the P250. Sinnet now chasing Tianki down on the mid side and will go down to the USPS. And the defuse in place for XCC as they take the first round. Bomb goes down for WLG. So we potentially should see a 3rd round bye.
Absolutely. Got to say, got to credit P&D there with the superior aim. The last bullet in his USP, getting a headshot with it and coming up with the 2K to actually give the advantage to his team. So really impressive play from him, and Zin also picking up a 2K as well. So just some upgraded pistols now on the White Rabbit Gaming side, and they're going to be looking for some kind of opening here because interesting, Tianki actually on the auto shotty. So that's a very unusual buy on this map. You do see that on maps like Nuke, for instance. That's made famous by players like Get Right and Hiko on that A-bomb site. Sometimes they drop on Cobble as well, but I don't think I've ever seen it on this map.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen an auto shot, unless the team's trolling or something like that. But nonetheless...
Well, with the score, I don't think there's any trolling happening. For sure, there's utmost respect between these two teams.
No, definitely. And looking at that bomb at the moment, the bomb seems to be kind of more focused in towards the A-side area. So Viking and PND will probably, or most likely, get busy. They've got quite a decent armada there, specifically in the hands of PND with the FAMAS, and then Viking with the UMP-45. And just keeping an eye on PND here. He's the only one actually kind of sticking in this A bomb site. The bomb will be moving up closer towards that A main area, which is going to be essential here for WRG to try and move in towards. A lot of spam play coming out here from Zin. He's going to try and maybe pick off Synoptical there. Still spamming all the way through. Not really finding anyone at the moment, but wow, there we go. Viking doing quite good work with that UMP. PND only managing to take down 1, but nonetheless, this is definitely a 50 cal, old World War II 50 cal, that UMP-45, and we'll see Viking moving in for the defuse here. Very good retake there by him, and XCC will increase their lead. 50 cal, we'll do a 2 gun.
White Rabbit though, don't you think? Faking out and causing the rotation towards B so that they could actually get the plants on A there. So.
No, of course. No, they did do well.
And you were talking about 50 cals there, of course.
Yeah, the 50 cal. I mean, that UMP really sounds like a Second World War 50 cal machine gun. It's crazy. Yeah?
Indeed. Well, let's see if WRG can use their AK-47 assault rifles, which is kind of like a machine gun too, and pop some heads here and maybe take around their way. Score till 10-7 to XCC, so all the advantage to them, and they're actually pushing forward on this B site, but gonna get sprayed down. Able to actually get the trade, and on the other side of the map, a kill coming in too, so early advantage to XCC, but PND pushing up on the smoke and getting another kill, so lots of aggression coming out from XCC early on, and picks going pretty much all their way right now. So 4v2.
Yeah, Adrenaline just not being able to trade there. He does spot PND though, nonetheless, but it's a 4-on-2, like you said. A little bit of a battle on that mid side at the moment, but not looking too particularly too great. We got Puffy though on the B bomb side area. He needs to get the entry on Viking here to enable him. Oh, he's gonna get it, but gets dinked quite a lot there. Look at Tianki now. Tianki with that UMP. Just sticking behind the crates at the moment as the WRG guys move in. Oh, he doesn't catch Adrenaline though, but that grenade might actually help out. Oh, what a grenade kill. And it's now up to Puffy with the AK-47 to clutch here, but that grenade's going to catch him as well. A lot of grenade kills this round. And the XCC guys will have a successful defuse.
Very confident play from XTC, and you got also credit Tianki with staying hidden behind the boxes there in checkers and waiting it out until he heard the bomb plant sound coming in, able to distract enough so that his team get the nade kills. Interesting play out of the XTC team in general. I mean, taking quite a big risk there to push basically simultaneously two sides of the map in the first proper gun round. So obviously feeling very comfortable that they're able to shut WRG down.
Oh, let's have a look at WRG now. I mean, they are very aggressively moving in towards that A main side area, specifically the likes of Synoptical, but that smoke off is going to stop them. So there will be a little bit of a delay on this breach potentially here. Viking and just quickly focusing on PND also with the AK-47 right in the right position. Look at that, boosted up. Viking doing the work here, opening it up here. Now PND will open up some fire here, spraying through the smoke. Doesn't get his man, coming down with the USPS. And we'll pick up the last frag there. 12-7, XCC now extending their lead quite considerably.
Looking at the kills again, Viking 23 and 16 and PND on 20 and 12. So really wrecking for their team at the moment. And only Synoptical actually sitting on a positive KD for WRG at the moment on 16 and 15. Full buy on both sides again. And this is pretty much a crucial round for White Rabbit. If they're going to stay relevant in this game, if they're going to stay in it, they need to take this round.
Yeah, look, I'm surprised there was no tack pause for this particular round, but nonetheless, yeah, very interesting stack up here at the moment. We've got Turtle Insight, and then we've got Tianki obviously playing on the checkers, so it's kind of expected split. And then we also got PND very close by as well on that boost, so he can really respond quite quickly to any sort of breach coming on here. But at the moment, Synoptical making a little bit of noise now and that might help him out. He's going to get an easy pick on Tianki there at the moment. So now it's up to Turtle to try and respond. He doesn't respond. He gets taken down by Sinner, and a nice little B breach here. As we see Sinner also pick off another player. Adrenaline taking down PND. A really good execution here from White Rabbit Gaming. Exactly what they needed. Leaving Zin left, unless he can clutch, but it's going to be very, very unlikely.
He probably needs to just hold on to this weapon and maybe take a kill or two. The money's pretty good on the CT side, but not fantastic on a couple of players, so keeping the gun might be worthwhile, but money not so good on WOG, of course, so they really do need to hold on to these guns. They're going to try to hunt him to some degree, but I don't think they're going to chase him too hard, just because they want to actually hang on to their rifles and strengthen their economy going forward.
Yeah. Well, needs to be careful, Zin. He's going to go in for the shot. He gets hold of Adrenaline, but will walk away with a bit of HP removed from him. But nonetheless, 12-8 here. WRG pulling one back. Still a buy up here, though, for XCC.
It was very interesting to watch the mini-map in that round. You could actually see the moment XCC with pushing forward on A side realized that it was going to be a B play, and they started the rotation, but by that point WOG were already pushing into the side, and Sinner with a 2K, they're just opening things up really well for his team. In other news on the other side, other game, ALG, Puffy nearly getting the early pick on B side, but ALG taking the win on Dust to 69 versus Innovation Esports, so they're now on 12 points, and WOG on 12 points. Maybe XTC will be on 12 points. PND getting the early kill on Sneaky, so advantage CT side right now.
Oh, Sneaky just dropping off the server there for a few seconds. Obviously just going to reset his session. But good start for XTC here, getting the one frag. So it's a 4-on-5. And still, now slow play comes out here. Oh, we see a flurry of exchanges here happening for the likes of Synoptical as well.
3v2, but 22 HP on Synoptical, so they're going to need to find these early kills. And of course, there's 2 players set up for them here on B bomb site, so they might be walking into a bit of a crossfire here. Don't know if they'll expect where Tianqi is.
Oh, he's just hanging it out at the moment. Very, very patiently playing there. Good play from Turtle as well on the defense of the B-bomb side. Tianqi just dropped in there. 13-8 here, and XTC looking very, very comfortable right now with that lead. But a bit of a danger zone right now here for WRG. And do they eco up? We do see the match pause though coming in.
Yeah, potentially reset for them there, but you know, having only won the 1 round, but of course they did manage to keep 4 players alive in that round that they won, so they should still be able to eke out a buy. Good money on a couple of players. Maybe be a little bit light on utility. I see Adrenaline actually picking up the Tech 9 just so that they can have some extra utility. But yeah, this is really the round they need. If they don't win this round, I'd say things are pretty much over for them. But of course, we saw Carbon versus Bravado, where you know, the score was 11-4 at one point, and Carbon managed to actually equalize. So who knows what could happen? Yeah.
Yeah, aggressive play coming out here from WG at the moment, not working out too well. Viking with the 2K, but finally Puffy responding with the 2K himself. And there we go, Zin managing to respond also very well. Tianqi coming in for support now. It's up to Sinner to try and keep it, but he's not going to be able to get it right. 14-8, XTC on the brink of winning this game. So much, so needed. And I think the guys at ALG might just be a little upset here if they don't, if XTC win this. I mean, this is something that we don't expect, you know?
No, we didn't expect them to 16-6 XTC last week either, so
True.
That would be the ALG guys. So who knows? Full buy from WG, or as much of a full buy as they could get, having to get those Tech 9s. They get the early kill, though. Puffy gets the kill, so taking P&D down, and of course P&D one of the strong players on that team, so good start for them. They need to now build on this.
This is exactly what WG needs to keep themselves in the game here. That entry play there from Puffy. And that bomb now kind of moving in maybe towards the A main side area by the looks of it. No real intention at the moment, actually. It's just dropped out on there. A sneaky opening up here, but he needs to be careful. Did he spot? Yeah, he did. He spotted Zin there that moment, but nonetheless, he's taking it very cautiously. It's up to Zin right now to come in aggressively, and he gets the frag on Sneaky. Good little play, and he's going to back off now. Trading it off here. It's a 4-on-4 right now. WG need to try and get going here in towards the B-bomb side. It's up to Turtle now to defend it off. He's going to be under pressure. He gets the 1 frag here, though, on Puffy. Does well with the 2K. He's going to try and take on Adrenaline. Zin coming in from the top side, doing the work on Synoptical. And there we go. 15-8. XTC lock it down on the end. And I think that's all she wrote.
Yeah, probably. Huge 3K from Zin, actually. Turtle was the 2K, so those players coming big. And I mean, it's very much a team effort on the side of XCC. Everybody chiming in. Viking still carrying 26 and 19. But yeah, the best buy that WOG can come up with isn't a very good buy at all. Synoptical, the only one with an AK, and everybody else an upgraded pistol. So they got a long way to go. And, well, what is this? 7, 8 match points available here for XTC, so it's going to be pretty hard, and it's even harder now that Viking takes the first kill on Puffy. Panda also taking Synoptical, so now 5v3, Viking get the other kill, and just 2 left now. Viking pushing up quite aggressively. He's going to find Adrenaline. Actually, no, Adrenaline finds him, so still 4v2 and at least 1 rifle in the hands of the guys on WOG, but they're getting flanked by Zin at the moment.
Oh, P&D also coming in there at the moment. It's up to Sneaky here to try and make it count. He's the last one left here. Let's see if he can get the pick on Tianqi. He knows he's on the right-hand side, gets the frag on him. The hope is still alive here to draw this game for the WOG guys. It'll be great for them if they do. That'll secure their first spot, definitely. But at the moment, it's all up to Sneaky. Let's see if he can get it right. Very slowly moving all over the place at the moment. The bomb is sitting towards the door side here, up there. But he's not aware of Turtle, who knocks him in from behind, and that is the end of it. So very good play there, though, from the likes of XCC winning that game. 16-8, a really interesting one. They're winning by 8 rounds. I think that was a little unexpected, that scoreline. Although, let's talk about the weekend where XCC did actually beat WOG on cash, like you mentioned. I actually was not aware of that. And
Yeah, 16-5.
it's a very, very favorable map here
Well,
for XCC.
This seems a little odd. I think we definitely need to query this, but I think we need to go. Once we've had a look at the individual scores here, we need to have a look at the log, because I'm a little bit confused by what I'm seeing. But let's have a look at the scores nonetheless. We got PND, the top rated player on XCC, 1.491 rating, 25 kills, 15 deaths, 7 2Ks and 2 3Ks. So really showing up, and Viking showing equally, actually dropping a little bit more frags, but dying a little bit more as well. 1.39 rating, 27 kills, 20 deaths, also 7 2Ks and 2 3Ks. So nobody actually going big with like a 4K or an ace or anything, but everybody sort of chiming in and doing their job. And on the other side, the kill distribution fairly even as well. Just Sneaky not really able to, but to stand up there for his team, but also Adrenaline dying quite a lot there. But I know Sneaky was suffering from some FPS issues there, so not the showing we would have expected out of Sinner, because we'd say he's one of the strongest players on that team. But yeah, XCC looking pretty good for the for the whole game, whereas White Rabbit only really looked good in the first half, and second half pretty much a whitewash for XCC.
Yeah, very, very good play from XCC on the end there. A little bit unfortunate for WG, but I'm sure they're still in contention here for the top spot. Let's go have a look at the groups now quickly. There was something that was mentioned to me, though, from the administrator. We have to keep in account the forfeits. At this moment in time, by the looks of it, it seems to be Armor Legion Gaming that's on top, with an interesting round score. So let's quickly work this one out. And I think, well, how do you have the calculator out, Mike? Can you tell us who is actually in first position? By what I can see here, it seems that XCC should take top spot, followed by WRG, based off the round difference. Let me just zoom that in here for the viewers.
Yeah, just doing my maths. I'm gonna just mute my mic so you guys don't hear the clacking.
Well, still, it's quite interesting to see, though, like, you know, this kind of result here. So we got 26 plus points for the WRG team, of course. That's quite simple to figure out here. And then looking at the XTC team, they are sitting on 54 and 27.
So 27, basically, then.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
And
so they'll be
ALG would be 21. So I think that would.
XCC takes the top group stage, then it's followed by WRG and Armor Legion Gaming just missing out on difference.
Shame. That's really unfortunate. And we're also getting information from the admins now. So wait, hang on. He's actually saying first is LG, second WRG, and then no forfeits in Group C. I don't know about this. I think we need to figure this out before we let this go. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, no, look, I think let's go back and figure it out. Of course, I think there's we'll obviously find out who's actually taken it here. But look, I mean, that is us for this evening. It's been a very, very, very interesting bunch of games. Obviously, the Group C games, guys. For some of you guys that are watching the progress, etc., just to give you guys an update on all the other games. Just having a look. Quickly on the other teams, of course. We've got the Deviant Knights that actually ended up beating Flipside by the looks of it. They go through 5-0, and Flipside actually dropping a game. Now that is actually something quite interesting that I want to see.
Wow. I think Flipside might not make it because Forge has got a better round difference than them.
Well, let's have a look here and see. This was actually a Deviant Knights victory, 16-9. Divine Esports Knights. 16-9 here. Just looking at the statistics here, this is quite interesting to see. On Cobble, we had some really good plays from Shizzy. Obviously, Unreal, Hatch, Hyper, and Kinks, very good players, all in their own right. I mean, we got the 30k coming, 30 bomb coming out here from the likes of Shizzy, and then just looking at the Flipside team, yeah, that's quite crazy as well. But anyway, guys, yeah, a little bit of an upset there from the ECL, and then just having a look at the moment, it seems though that we might see the team shuffle around a little bit here. Obviously, the administrators are just going to go through all the scores that has been done over the last 5 rounds to ensure that they are 100% correct. Nonetheless, if you guys want to keep track of this, please go to gopickup.billisoft.com and then just scroll down to the bottom. You can get the information there. And then, of course, you can also go to the evetech.co.za/ECL page. That'll also give you the results there as well. But nonetheless, guys, I think we're going to call it a night, Mike.
Before you go, just for the guys watching, we're going to just confirm with the admins for you guys as to what the method used for who actually goes through, because we've got a couple of ties here, and most likely it's going to be round difference. We're just in communication with the admins at the moment to settle that, because obviously the way the tables are calculated isn't necessarily how the actual end score will work out. So if you're stressing at the moment, don't worry, we'll work it out. We'll do a little bit of a press release on Facebook tomorrow for you as well, just so that you know. And if I need to, myself or if you're one of the team captains, we'll message you directly. So yeah, we'll work it out. But I think most likely we're looking at a round different scenario, in which case Group C clash tonight probably be XTC and WOG going through. So but we will confirm that for you as soon as we have the information. So stay on the edge of your seat, but don't stay too long.
Yep. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for the great viewership from you guys joining in this evening, actually watching the games and so forth. Myself and Mike, we all over the place. We've been very busy, obviously trying to check the results here and so forth. But we're going to call it a night from our side. Mike, anything else from your end? 13th of August, that's going to be the big one. That's where we're going to definitely see some interesting action, depending on the teams that have actually qualified here. We'll just actually wait for the updates to come through. Yeah, I think the 13th of August is going to be quite an interesting one.
Absolutely, it's going to be a really, really interesting clash, and of course we're going to confirm who those teams are, but it looks like, according to the rules, it will be round different. So again, coming back to it, sorry, because I've got Zin from XTC freaking out a little bit, and I would be too. So I think you are going through, mate. But we will confirm for you guys.
I like keeping everyone in suspense here. It's like so great to watch. Like everyone's like, "Did we make it? Did we make it? No. Oh, yes.
No, I don't know.
Whatever.
Maybe you made it. Maybe you didn't make. Maybe I don't feel like putting you through. I don't know. Actually, just to put this out there, I actually have no power in this. I'm just a caster, so I'm making it sound like I have I have some kind of say here. But
don't worry, your vote counts.
My vote counts, but yeah, score difference is what the rule book says. So that basically means round difference. So that would indeed mean then XTC and White Rabbit go through. So sorry, ALG, I love you, Vips. You're my mate. We scrimmed so many times, and you didn't make it. But yeah, it looks like we got Damage Control and Pulse going through as well. And we're likely to actually see Flipside falling out here. Looking at the round difference situation, I think Forge will actually beat them by exactly 1 round. So
well, that's
very interesting.
Let's take it, let's take it to the admins and wait for the result to come through, the final result. Guys, thank you very much again for tuning in this evening. I am Burning Red, my co-caster Mike Extremes, and we have broadcasted the ECL Round 5 for you guys. So just keep an eye on the Facebook page, of course, the Billisoft websites, etc. You'll be able to see the updates then coming within hopefully the next hour or so, maybe tomorrow morning, depending. We'll do a PR post for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, well played to all the teams involved. I mean, we really wanted LG to make it, but probably alas. And we really appreciate you guys watching. I mean, I haven't asked anybody to suck any appendage tonight, so that's a record for me as well. And Yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you back on the 13th for the what's going to decide who goes to the LAN for 150k prize pool.
Yep. Cheers, guys. Have a good evening, and we'll see you on the 13th of August.
Oh my god, I'm at a loss for words right now. These NIP retakes, they're giving me a heart attack.
At the opening assist, let's one by goal to kill, gets a double, one more kill, and a triple kill!
Let's see, here we go. Steeler lining them up. Oh, here we go!
Hellhound has it. Hellhound with the first. Hellhound with the second. Oh, Fady the one and done. Oh, times two. Wait for it. Whoa, three, four. Picks up that.
And support Fady as well, picking up the quick. Wow!
What? Can he find the fourth? He's on for the ace and he gets it! What? What was that?
Trying to hold on to the bomb side. They line up for him. He's going to get another Zoo kills. A third kill. You got to be kidding me. Now it's down to 6 points and again. He kills everybody.